About the description he will give this one. But we have with us Samuel Gongben Koga. It's been like over a year since we last had him. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Okay. Today is session day. Yeah, today is session day. I see. We have different media entities here. Among them is BKS. I'm mentioning BKS because I think they've been doing. They're from Nimba, right? They've been doing well. Yeah, we've been following. They have a very engaging show. How is life going, sir?
Well, God time is.
Yeah, Jack can close or you put the microphone to you.
Yeah, God is good to us. He gives all we need. Amen.
Are you starting with prayer?
But God comes first in everything.
But
Whether political, social.
I don't remember you ever. I don't remember you ever starting with prayer.
No, whenever I'm attending a gathering, I always call for hallelujah. But this is a media. So even as that, we got a reference call.
I don't know why you're sounding low.
Well, I don't know.
And I
You tell me.
I have everything. Oh, maybe you
got
need to put a
gadget.
little more zeal. I don't know
zeal?
why you're not really in zeal.
Look, Julia, I'm always,
Please call AB.
prepare for any discussion
Yeah, sure.
that has to do with national concern.
Let us start in Nimba and with you. The last time I read some social media posts on some media outlets, you did some donations across the county. Give us some background to that.
Experience is a good teacher. It gives test before lesson. When we were representatives, we were focusing on one electoral district. And we learned a lot. We used to complain about senators because the senator control the entire county. And whenever they want to do things, they do it directly on their own and leaving the representative out. So we want to change the method this time around to be collective in the process because we are both legislators. So to begin with, prior to this distribution, we contacted the representative of each of the electoral districts in Nimba County
Okay.
that we are going to effect certain towns and villages within your constituency to the constituent for their benefit or to develop themselves in cement, zinc, and rice. So we donated 1,000 bags of cement with 50 bundles of zinc as initial starting, plus 100 bags. The 100 bags were given to the Muslim community prior to the Ramadan. We decided to have, that fast track so that they will be able to carry out distribution in the 9 electoral districts. And so we gave them 100 bags plus 100 bags of cement, so that they will be able to also undertake any project in which they desire. So there are towns and villages. If time permit me, I could name few.
Yeah.
We got the first town is Nyo Diaple. Nyo Diakwado is an organization that intends to build a guest house in Nyo Diaple town. We placed 200 beds. Currently, we have given them 100 bags of cement. Then we got Blooming Play Elementary School. This school was initiated by me, and we are seeing the school. It left with plastering and others. You see, electoral district number 5. I have decided to restart, to finish, to complete it and turn it over to the town people. So we give them 100 bags of cement. Then Sokupa is the first entrance, the first town of Nimba County from Bon County. We get them 50 bags of cement for their guest house project. And then Dole Clean, we gave them 100 bags of cement as well. And then Bay Baozung 2, where it's in the District 7 area, we get them 10 bundles of zinc because they are undertaking a clinic project.
Okay.
Then Ganwi It's in district number 9. The building of guest house, we're getting 100 bags of cement. Zikepa is also in district number 9. We're getting 10 bundles of cement for market hall projects. And then Glanstown, B and Doru is in district number 9 as well. We gave them 50 bags of cement for guest house project. Bayi Vonwie is in district number 4. Bayi Vonwie United Library in our church is undertaking a church program that comprises of that Chidom. So we also getting 100 bags of cement. No get Luke Bailey is in district number 4 as well. They are building town hall, getting 50 bags. Glory community had a project that is being carried out by the representative Honorable Sam Brown. We get them 100 bags of cement for that project. Then we got Lowly school project. We get them 100 bags, and then Duo TIE is in District 2.
So some of these projects, it is either a lawmaker doing it or the people.
Yes, either the lawmaker or the people own initiatives.
Okay.
So the essence of this donation is to avoid individual donations.
What does that mean?
On giving things to individual,
Oh, okay.
it doesn't impact considerable number of people. If you give things to organization, there are several people that will benefit, including us. So individuals are coming for Zing and other things, those things, yes, but if we have to impact considerable number of citizens' livelihood, I think it results fruitfully. So it is predicated upon this that we engaged that through the lawmakers. And then the issue of medical facility or medical donation. Senator Sir Joseph and I have been working. In 2023, he gives me 44 container.
In 2023.
2023 during the course of the election, and I donated in district number 5. Some of the balance that were in the warehouse were taken by Representative Sam Brown for a hospital that he's building as well. So a recent in December, can I say December or January, he gives me another 140 feet container. The value of the container was 237,000. And I donated it to the hospital in Saninkole, received by the CHO, County Health Officer. So for the usage of the
whole container.
The whole container to be distributed among the clinics and hospitals in the County. Subsequently, last month, we also received another container from Sir Joseph, valued at $210,926.
When you mentioning the value, is it that you giving money towards it or?
No, I'm not giving money towards it. But any container that enter in the commerce of Liberia, before you clear, the CIF value of that commodity got to be declared. Whether duty free or duty pay, you got to declare the value.
Okay.
It is incumbent upon this that I'm making that revolution. So,
but why is Sir Joseph always giving you container? What is it? What is between both of you?
Sir Joseph, quite frankly, we started our friendship way back, not now.
Okay.
Yeah, not now. So I'm a person that when God gave somebody opportunity, you got to go around the person to also get some blessing. I do not have the capacity financially to purchase medical equipment, medical material on my own. So if I see my friend progressing in that direction, I better approach him in a polite manner to assist. It is based upon this that our friendship have been very cordial.
Okay.
Always assisting.
Let me allow you to turn the headphone around so that it's not touching. Good. Okay. Perfect.
So far so good. These are the first intervention we have started. And then
have you done any tours since you became senator in the county?
I have made some tours selectively, but not official yet.
Why not?
The elders and other permanent citizens of the country have been calling me for some developmental discussion and other issues pertaining to the county. So we've been attending it, and then at times I take a visit in a particular district, unknowing to them, to just appreciate and sit with them surprisingly. But we haven't had a formal Thanksgiving program yet, but we've been making some attempts, which is now official. And the people really appreciate that.
Is it going to happen?
Of course, yes.
Why hasn't it happened, and when will it happen?
You know, Julius, one thing that people don't understand, it's good to be factual. I went into election 2023, a campaign. It required fiscal domain. 2024, I outed to contest for the deputy speaker position, that you may be aware. And you know a capital intensity to lobby and etc. Though I did not go through. And then 2024, when the issue of vacancy, that is by election, that was done otherwise, because it was not death, it was not expulsion, it was not resignation, but it was otherwise. The senator became vice president. Otherwise, the vacancy was created. So Yang and I went into election, not to second place.
You were whipped.
Yeah, I was whipped. You're quite correct. And then 2025, may his soul rest in peace, Senator Johnson passed. So I got to occupy the gap.
Was it 2025 or 2024?
2025.
No, he passed 2024.
2024,
Yeah.
and the by-election was 2025, that's what I meant.
Yeah, okay.
So consistently, to go into election 3 different times, separate occasions, it creates financial fatigue. I'm not somebody who brag on issue or who lie to people. So I informed them that due to these circumstances, I got to take my own time, gather our resources.
So
and then I
financially,
get to appreciate it.
are things tough on you right now?
Julius, when I tell you that I only squarely depend on my salary, you will not believe it. Ask anybody in Liberia, I don't have a well-on market to say I'm depending on to sell. When a certain task is given you, you got to exert efforts so that some people will not dilute your decision. They will not demean you in public. I'm saying it to say that, for instance, yes, I may open a store and maybe give it to my children or my family, but I'm very tough and critical on the government. Then I involve, or that business involved in tax evasion. The next thing the government will be doing, it will be running after that business to expose the business to public ridicule, and it will have means to connect me with that business. It will tie me from speaking the truth. These are some of the reasons I saw. I said, well, the job that the people gave me, I will serve, and whatsoever benefit therefrom, it is what I'm supposed to get. So for now, I had no business. I can tell you for free.
Now, let us stay in Nimba because a whole lot of things happen in Nimba. You talked about the elders inviting you, having some conversations around development and other issues. Talking about development, you just spoke about the donations that you made. Where did you get the money from? If you talk about 1,000 bags of cement, at least even if you bought it $8, even if it is $7, $7,000, that's straight. Not to talk about the other things. So you may have spent between 10 to 15,000 US dollars recently on those things.
But Judah, that is very simple. I credit worthy in the first place.
Okay.
Why it is true that I'm owing a bank, but there are some level of windows that I can go to any businessman and give them a post-district check to be draw out periodically at the end of every month, and that is an agreement can be signed. So it don't take anything from me, but you should live up to the commitment you made to the business before you become a good creditor. They will always credit you, and this is how I've been moving.
Okay. Now, so talk about the conversations with the elders, other issues. What are the other issues?
Basically, it came a time that I spoke on radio and I was very clear on issue, but it was misinterpreted by other media outlets, interpreted by at their own will and pleasure.
Which one?
Very good. There was a simple question posted. Do you have any beef with the vice president? I said, well, when it comes to administration, yes. That was the statement I made. You understand? And people carry a wire everywhere, here and there. It is good to be very sincere to the process. I think we are drawing nearer to realize each other and work together amicably.
You and the vice president.
Anybody, whether the caucus and any official or government for that matter. The point here is, I'm a bureaucrat. You understand? The public administration. When it comes to public policy evaluation and also the issue of equal work for equal pay and also specialization of an individual and placement should be based on qualification and specialized career. If you are a classroom teacher, you cannot do the principal job except you are designated. In the county, the superintendent, the senators, the representatives are the one who drive the affair when it comes to recommending citizens from the county to the central government. And it is the sole prerogative of the president and the vice president, if possibility exists, to accept the recommendation. Our recommendation is subject to rejection or acceptance. Equally so. Whosoever that is recommended, a level of the will say, okay, you recommended 3%, but we'll take John Brown, fine. But when you make a recommendation, for example, and at the same time you have the confirmation power to confirm, and it go against your will, then it makes it creates some level of semblance of corruption on grounds that I have the power to confirm. But the person that was recommended by me did not go through. Should I reject the person that was recommended by the president? Except for act unethical. But if the person doesn't have anything that has distinct character, it is your fiduciary responsibility to pass the person through the job interview. But when such an opportunity is not given as a senator, it is where we spoke about. But personally, we don't antagonize people, or we're not against anybody.
Now, but, talking about the issues of recommendation, did you recommend people and none of them got nominated by the president?
Well, Julius, I don't want to have repetition. I have said it and over again. But I believe my voice is gravitating towards consideration. So we're observing the process. Yes. So we're observing the process. So the others, people, after the entire episode on radio, people saying, interpreting things in their own will, the elder decided to invite me interpreter.
Now, but before they invited you, on the issue, when you said you had issues in terms of administration, what did that mean? At least let us hear your own interpretation.
That is why it is true that we have the executive and we have the legislature, and then we have the judiciary. These are three distinct branches of government. And it is the sole responsibility under Article 56, if I'm not mistaken, 56, that the president nominate. You understand? Mm-hmm. Cabinet minister and elects. While it is true that it is incumbent upon the president to nominate, it is also incumbent upon the Senate to confirm. Mm-hmm. When the Senate rejects, automatically you are denied by the Liberian people. You will not be. So in that light, there is a semblance of collaboration. Mm-hmm. So for the spirit of good working relationship, I can remember if you read this, the Jimmy Swaggart and Ronald Reagan theory. While it is true that it is incumbent upon the executive to promulgate bill.
You mean Jimmy Carter?
Yeah, I said Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan theory. Okay. If you compare and contrast. Ronald Reagan said it is incumbent upon the executive to promulgate a bill, and it is incumbent upon the Senate to pass. Then Jimmy Carter, right? Who did I quote that just now? Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Then Jimmy Carter said, while it is truth, while it is incumbent upon the executive to appropriate or to promulgate bills, it is also equal upon, incumbent upon the executive to lobby. There where lobby come in. Because you want a particular individual to be your minister. So you got to lobby to ensure that that confirmation is here. So if you just say because it is incumbent upon the legislature to confirm, and you just leave it so panelly, there could be some hurdles. So in that light, they are give and take situation. The senators and the representatives from those counties making appointment need to be consulted. Though it's not constitutional. Mm-hmm. But to coordinate, to have smooth learning. Because in my...
So let us talk about NIMBA. In terms of the appointments that came from NIMBA, are you tacitly telling us that a whole lot of you did not have input in it? You don't have your people there? Was it under the vice president recommendation or what?
In the first place, I don't want to be collective. I will speak about myself. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. I am not in the know. This is why I flagged the issue. Okay. But now, we're getting there. There's some level of understanding.
Okay, so since that time, there has been an improvement.
Well, if you say since that time, okay, yes, I will agree.
Yeah,
with
because
you.
that time you spoke about
very good.
You just used to see the name. Minister this one, name by minister this, but I the senator, how can't the name just go in? I don't know anything about it. And I the whole thing there.
You know, to make law and to effectuate the two things, right?
Yeah.
So you can make the law, but when it is not effectuated, eventually it means that it has not been shown or it has not been implemented. So I understand, but since then, we decided to close the book, but we yet to see the next recommendation.
Okay.
Yeah, let me get clear.
Now, we are still in it, but there was this issue of who was the godfather of the county too, that also came up. People say you were claiming to be godfather, you jumped over Prince Johnson's body, and all those kinds of things. They were also part of it. And people said, oh, as a vice president, he's the highest official out of the county and all of that. Is it still an issue or it has been trashed out too?
Well, for me, I don't think it to be an issue, except those who expressing shenanigans all around and what have you. But basically, the issue of godfather, God doesn't have father. I have said it in this studio before. God doesn't have father. When it comes to superiority or position standing in government position, quote unquote, since the vice president from NIMBA, he is a higher government official from the country. Mm-hmm. You understand? But if you go traditionally, the man who that title was bestowed on is dead. But there was somebody that the elder recommended.
Who?
Me, to succeed.
When?
Now, how I went to the election, that was a form of petition to tell the people that traditionally this man is the man who will succeed this man. So therefore, this is what we're supposed to perform traditionally, and that will perform. But other politicians, other people, commentators come in, this man is the godfather, this man is the godfather. Godfather, God doesn't have father.
Yeah,
but I believe
it is a word that connotes superiority in its own context. So yeah.
So Julia, if you bear a child and if you after your grandmother, how do you call her?
I'm the interviewer here, so
Oh,
so,
well,
so I don't answer
so it
questions.
means that the
Interviewing.
way in which you will talk to ordinary people, you have to be very cautious because you will be talking to a grandmother because that title has been bestowed on your daughter. One way or other, you will not approach him in any kind of a friendship. But the issue of godfathership is not something that has salary. It's not something that I'm thinking about. But others do it to provoke each other.
Okay.
And this is not time for territorial gain. In no matter our territory, we who are in the leadership, who were elected by the county, are the leaders. The president and the vice president are the leader for the country. So there's a demarcation. Yaya Nimle cannot talk on behalf of Grand Jide, on behalf of Nima County. Zopeno cannot talk on behalf of Nima County. We, Yantoyen, and the elect representatives. So anything that will emanate from the county should first start with us.
Okay, I get your point.
Yes.
It is a clear argument now.
Yeah.
You know, just like other counties who do recommend and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Even if, why your argument is, even if the vice president comes
From Nima.
from a particular county,
Yeah.
the legislative body of that county, certain things have to originate from them before reaching him.
Exactly. Okay. We sit down and say, well, Mr. Vice President, okay, since there is an interest in what have you, but this is what we discuss from the county. What can we do? And by respect, we should have gone, by law, we could go straight to the president. But because he's a son of that son, he's a vice president, we cannot go directly to the president by respect to give him that courtesy. And equally so, it is anticipated to be reciprocated. That's our concern. Once that is met, you can't hear anything.
Okay, recently, all of you were together, I think, at his home, and one of the lawmakers sent me the pictures. Julius Nima, we are doing well now. We are trashing out everything. We are now on course. Recently, was it okay?
Julia, no leader will always like to perpetuate himself in confusion.
Okay.
As a leader, you're supposed to preside over people who are in dispute to settle it as a leader. Give direction to the citizen that you lead. So you cannot be the one that the citizen will come and preside over your case. So we thought it wise as a legislator, I drew the attention of the legislature and I saw the idea and was brought by the chairman. We were 5 or 6 in the meeting that day in my office. He said, it's necessary. I said, what I'm saying here is my concern, and my concern is my concern. So they said, okay. So what we'll do, we'll open up means, and find a means that we can sit together and talk. So when they spoke with the vice president, then they called that, the meeting will be held at the vice president residence. Would you like to go? I said, but yes. We went for peace. And we went there, we sat down and discussed.
Frankly, man to man, woman to woman.
Of course, yes. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, some people, they are very pretentious. Pretend that they're saying the truth, but not the truth. I'm not a tep. I'm not the tep. Anything that bothers on my feelings, I must tell you. And don't mind to say because Koga approached me yesterday, so he still bearing thing against me. No, I'm not the tep. We won't ahead. Because nobody knows the future. We are all politicians. So you can't create enemyship all the time. Somebody will tell you, say, okay, say you created enemyship for me last year. Me too will create enemyship for you this year. So as a politician, it's always win-win situation. You win today, I win tomorrow. So, yes.
Another key thing that has been coming in all of this is that Koga may be positioning himself to be chosen ahead of 2029 as a running mate to any of these parties, especially CDC. There have been reports that people have been putting your name in the ears of George Weah if he decides to run again, to take you as a running mate. And to crystallize those rumors, some time ago you met with Mr. Weah. I think once or twice. Both of you were seen together. First of all, are you positioning? Are you putting yourself in a position that you could be chosen? And two, was that any kind of discussion that came out between you and Mr. Weah?
Yes, there was a discussion that was held between the former president among my colleagues at his resorts.
Okay.
And the discussion was greeting. We went there because his house had got on fire. We decided to go there and, console him one way or the other. In the conversation, conversation came in, but it was not political, I must admit to you.
Okay.
But politicians, I don't know where they can have their imaginative thought from. So they exacerbated, inflamed the situation. Oh, the way Soko got to the former president resident, what have you, he did that. To the second concern, nobody knows tomorrow. You understand? Mm-hmm. But if for any other reason, any other person approached me in that form and manner, I will go Nimba to consult the people. Even the very vice president will be told. And then we'll sit down and have a hard discussion.
Why will you do that?
Of course, yes.
I said, why will you do it?
I do it because the constituents within the constituencies are the one that will vote.
Okay.
So if you went there and say, well, you feel the bottom, you want to be running up and down here and there, the person say, no, now you will carry you. You got to listen to them. But I am not growing any ambition for that. I can tell you for free. Because the boxer under the cloak cannot be more than the trouser.
What does that mean?
You want to be vice president, you want to be canvas, you more than the president. Why if the man reject you?
Yeah.
So why if the man say, no, the man, the way I look at ambition too much. To be my running mate, you will all around me. You got to humble yourself. Look in the case of the vice president, the former vice president, who is president today, was very patient. Mm-hmm. And today, who is he? He's a president of the nation. But anything that God destined, nobody can change it. But don't be always zealous and unsure and undermine your friends because they are in position that you wanting. Therefore, you should respect them. No, I don't believe in that.
So if anybody approaches you, Senator Samuel Kogai say he will go consult the Nimba people. He will even consult with the current vice president who is from Nimba. Mm-hmm. That will be one of the most difficult conversations to have. No. He is vice president. It's very likely that if Mr. Bouaga decides to run again as president, he will be the vice president. Or if Mr. Bouaga doesn't run, he could be on the United Party ticket to go there and say...
But that's a discussion. You see, politics people take it to be antagonistic. But let me come in. I can do that.
Okay, how?
We should agree and disagree with each other. Why if our consulting is equal to bake you? I'm already in the seat. And a dialogue. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
But if you tell me, man, you want to go contest. And he are giving me blessing one way or the other, even though it's in a hard tune.
Yeah, angry
but
blessing.
It's a blessing. Angry blessing. But when you tell him, say, okay, look, let me call the error. They think what the man saying, we got to sit down to dialogue. That will be discussion. You got to respect, because the position you're talking about is a humble position. Mm-hmm. So you cannot be rushing or disrespectful in any such title. I'm not begging anybody to say I want to go as a vice running mate. Mm. But if anybody approach me, the first thing I will consult the people in Nimba.
Okay. Now, and I know they can really have a greater say on you, the leaders, as well. That is one thing I know about the relationship between you, the leaders of Nimba, and the people of Nimba. You supported the government, especially in the second round, coming to power.
First round, second round.
Yeah, but you were more active in the second round.
I was active in the first round.
Yeah,
active in the second round.
More active in the second round because you have won your own election. So you were very relaxed.
I was very active from the beginning.
I know.
Uh-huh,
But
don't separate.
No, I'm just saying, in terms of gravity of activeness, you were more active because you never winning your own election. So at that time, you were more relaxed to fire more.
Well, I think that's your assumption, but
Okay.
I was there into it from start to end.
Good. And they also supported you for the senatorial race. You all were in that county. It was almost like a do or die thing and all of that.
Graciously.
Yeah. Are you still supportive of the government now as we speak?
Well, we are not in the election nearing year.
No, I mean, in
come
terms
in.
of running, yeah.
I'm,
The affairs of the
I'm
government.
very critical
Okay.
in dealing with situation. Once what the concept that we grab and think that the government will do whenever they are deviating, I will oppose it. You understand? I will oppose it. But when they're doing the regular good things in conformity of the law, I will support them. So don't say because I support the Unity Party and they'll be doing wrong thing for me to say, oh, I'm a Unity Party. I'm not Unity Partisan. I'm from the MDR. We supported them.
So before we even come national, it is good you mentioned MDR. One of the problems there too was the political leadership of the MDR. The vice president, there is an argument that he's out of both ways, UP and NDR, because the UP constitution says you cannot be a running mate unless you are a part of them. I believe that's why it says. And also, the political leadership thing of NDR has been one of controversy as well. Was it one of the things talked about in that meeting? Has it been resolved?
The issue of political party, yes, the vice president is a full-fledged member of the Unity Party. But it will be very difficult for him to forget MDR because his state prominence derived from the party. But when it comes to political leader position, he doesn't.
He is not a political leader.
He is not a political leader.
Who is?
The political leader position are not being given to any other person. One, we either need a mini convention or we need a convention that decision will be reached. But politically and technically, I am the higher official of the MDR in government now in Liberia. So it implies. Whether you like it or not, it implies.
But he was the political leader before becoming VP.
Yeah, of course.
So one will also think that, yeah, he may be a member of another political party, but like you said, the MDR brought him to national prominence.
Yeah.
So there could still be a carryover of some kind of political leadership.
No, you can be a referee and still not be a player. He knows, he's very cognizant of that. And he is playing the role cleverly. He's a man that anytime MDR is in need of assistance, should go to him and ask him for assistance. Why it is true that he not formally with MDR, collectively, he never string last in MDR. Yeah, so I want to make it clear. Under no condition that you will divorce from MDR, but you cannot assume the responsibility as a head.
Okay. Now, before we come national to talk national issues, Prince Johnson, senator, was, one of the, if not the greatest, Nimbayan since creation. He's way up there. His legacy has to be, one of them has to be his school. What is the situation with it now? There have been issues since his death, a whole lot of issues. Others say those issues started even when he was alive in terms of financing and all those kinds of things. And others think that it is incumbent upon you, leaders of NIMBA, to ensure that that legacy doesn't die? Where is it?
We are striving to ensure that the institution that he built be meeting and the purpose for which that institution was built for be adhered to. In this light, yes, there was some level of misunderstanding, conversation, or what people were speaking across the streets. But we have strived, met with the president, discussed with him what would be the average effect if should Senator Johnson School doesn't come out properly. He bought the idea. We wrote him officially requesting for budgetary support, and that communication was received. And this budget, they appropriated 100,000 United States dollars as an initial contribution towards that. Predicated upon that, the vice president and I have met,
Okay.
and we called him madam, and we discussed. In the discussion, we decided to reopen the school. But in doing it, the both of us are not academician or academician, but rather people who are entrenched in the educational sector. So the gentleman that were there during Senator Johnson time, one Flomo, had been administering the affairs as the acting president of the school. Now the gentlemen that were in Bombing County Community College, now but one that about two, we are approaching. We met and I met with him, and he first met with the vice president. And then the vice president told him to come to me. He came, and we met. And I called the acting president to let him know that, look, we want for you and the gentleman to work together. Saying he is PhD, you can be next, so that the school will run. And they both of them agree in principle. But in the meantime, the acting president will be controlling the financial aspect of the school until otherwise. So in 2005, there was budget 50,000 appropriated
in 2025.
in 2025 by Honorable Toyin and others. And that money, some have been released or recent. I think the components of the librarian and others, in the tune of 20,000 US, have been released, and then the balance will soon be released. At which time we are requesting the president, acting, and the president presumptive to go and see how best they can fast track to jumpstart the process of the school. So the issue to avoid confusion of the account holders, under our watchful eyes, we agree that Madam Johnson will be signature A, the president or the acting president will be signature B, and one of the children will be signature B, 2 Bs, 1 A. So that stage we are past. So we are only waiting now for the proposition from the faculty to tell us what next. And then besides that, we recommended, we decided to have a board. Because university without a board, I don't think it can function or can make any decision. So we thought it wise to incorporate Professor Francis Mawunya, who teaches at the university, Dr. Ya Gono, who is currently interpreter, Dr. Manglu, who is the president of the Nima Community College, Dr. Wonkeyo, who was Senator Johnson's best friend, who was serving at the higher education as director, and the list go on. These are the people we are here, and I will be one of the board members, so that we can put things together and authorize the professors to carry out the school running. There where we are. And then at a later time now, okay, then there's a lady that have Deco Mapu. Yeah, that was Senator Johnson Ively daughter. So we also brought on board as a board member. So these are the board members, but we haven't emerged with the structure beside the chairman, the chair lady, which is Mr. Johnson. So these are the activities ongoing.
Okay, good. So we were on the national scene before we went back. In terms of what are the right things that the Unity Party-led government has done so far? The right things, the things that you think are good in the interest of the people and all that.
In the first place, from my understanding, the first thing that I can commend the government on is the caliber of people that were nominated, subsequently appointed in government as cabinet ministers. When you look at the structure and see the caliber of people in the government, they have the pedigree. I think they were well vetted, I must admit to you. These are people that school in the various areas of appointment. But the only thing so far so good that we are is the implementing aspect. Are they following the rules and law that govern that institution? It's questionable in some places. And then the second aspect of progress has to do with the reburial of Samuel Kanyando. That was tremendously good. It brings about unity. It brought dignity to the people of Grand Jide. It also repaired between Grand Jide and Nima. I attended the program. I even went to Zone.
Okay.
Where the people, Zopenon people, they went, I don't know how many quarters. They cook every women coming with foods. That cow with palm butter, their traditional soup. So when we got to the place where we have already discussed and I spoke with Doe family and they even told me, say, they consider me as a Samuel Doe now.
Okay.
The father will come from Nima to go and be brave to go to Son. It means that among unity. So from today onward, I'm your brother. After saying that, then they brought the palm butter rice, put it before me. Then the guys, some of the guys that went with me, they start wrinkling their eyes with me, say, don't eat it. So I did it to them. I said, eat it. We ate the food. But when we went Grand Jide itself, we interacted
That is
with...
Swaju.
Swaju, yeah, we interacted with the citizens, the Nima Kwado, and all the people to caution them that if the Grand Jidians were people that doesn't want peace, the number of Nimanians residing in this country wouldn't have been here. They are over.
So you have plenty of Niban people in Grand Jide.
Yeah, all they go kill and what have you. If you check the ratio, the people, the Grand Jidians in Nima are few. Don't be very sincere with you. Very few. So to show that the people are reconsideratory. And I believe that this will continue perpetually. So open an eye. Anytime I close my eye, enters open, I eat freely. He gets to my house, he eat freely. You know, traditionally...
So you are Samuel Gongba Do Koga.
Yeah. You see, the reason why at time when I go Grand Jide, I don't go around it. Senator Yaya Nimle are from the traditional background.
Okay.
He's an older man. Besides sitting at the Senate to discuss, socially can hear myself interact. The conversational tone that Mr. Yaya will have with a crowd, whenever I dive into it is on the front. So we observe that clearly, but I respect him as a senator of the county.
But you can be free. You can be more free with your men. So
that's more. Let me say in the word, I'm picky.
You can do all kind of things.
No, not all kind of things.
All kind of socially, you can do.
Whether social, wow, economic. The idea here is the age range a little bit closer than.
I understand, but you say so. You yourself mention socially when you're talking about senators. Yeah, nameless. So I say so that your man.
But social, I had to do
socially,
it.
you can misbehave too. So
No. I don't misbehave. If I was if I have misbehaved, I will be in the public glare. Yeah.
Okay.
Constructively,
socially,
we socialize.
Okay, constructively.
We socialize.
Okay. Now, so yeah, others talk about roads. The yellow machines are also coming. Is that something good the government is doing?
The yellow machine, the coming of the yellow machine is welcoming. But the troublesome aspect has to do with what? The procedure.
Okay. Is there something wrong?
In the first place, in the 70s, we had Ministry of Public Works and we had Ministry of Rural Development. The Ministry of Rural Development was clothed with the authority to ensure that farm to market, feeder rows, and primary rows were observed and to know when intervention occurred. Now, in many countries, it's difficult for government to control such a huge investment.
Why?
Very good. In order to ensure that proper result come out, you either outsource to private vendors. Like Africa, the electricity is controlled. I think CE.
Yeah, CIE.
Yeah.
Côte d'Ivoire Electricité.
Yeah. Ivoirian. So, if you do that, government only relaxing on her percentage. You will have the opportunity for oversight to ensure that those things that have been put on a book are followed to the teeth. You know, and I know Julius, with a fleece or yellow machine, I'm speaking from empirical point. Nima is a case study. We imported 32 pieces of earth movement equipment. Today, if you want Nima, they are in the butchers because of mismanagement. You understand? Mm-hmm. You will appropriate through the council sitting and authorize certain individual to implement. But the implementing aspect is one of the difficulties.
Well, Brandon
Even to
Samuka
service,
is their former defense minister. He comes with a wealth of experience in terms of managing and all that.
no, but to be a former defense minister, that one thing. To control certain group of people. You see the conflict? Paulo White is the one that will draw the roadmap. And then Brownie then will be given the opportunity to carry out the implementation. But mind you, projection. You giving roadmap will be telling the people how much this spec costs. And you may not have the expertise to deduce whether that spec given you through requisition is in place or not. Financial fatigue will come in. So there are a lot of hurdles. But we pray political influence will also interplay.
Well, Brandon said that's something that you're not allowed to interplay.
My brother,
you had an interview yesterday.
Lead that thing. That one librarian, in a librarian way they say Vla. You an unity partisan who is a senator. I just gave you a hypothetical case. Mm-hmm. Very influential. Who strive to bring the government to prominence. Make a request. They say a request from the boss is an order.
A request from a boss is an order.
Of course. Even though you say in a courteous manner, but you force because you will be coerced. That the big man asking you for something, you say, well, man, please fill this small room for me. So when you get in the counter, you will not be everywhere. But I pray that the good concept that they put into place, I pray that it materialize. But I find it difficult to comprehend. For that machine to be in government here is a serious problem. Let's admit.
Okay.
People always feel that anything belongs to the government, a free thing. Even the man who will be operating a yellow machine, you get a lake and ball that you will be selling fuel to. You understand? Mm-hmm. The same machine that will be selling, you will see somebody, a big company from Guinea coming to come steal parts to buy. All these things should have been put into place before the importation of the machine. Number one, the hubs, the workshop, where the machine will be serviced. How many manpower trained for the yellow machine? everything's supposed to be put into perspective before the mission arrives.
This means there were a whole lot of things that were not thought about. I was not
Tell
thinking
me,
about some of the things.
I just want you to enter any of those countries and see which area they are being hot. That you will see a place that they will service yellow machine and they will be packed in a fence, well organized. And when you see Iran, it's not. Do not see the full switch and take it from the fire with your mouth. Eventually, they will burn you. We love the yellow machine, but the mechanism to put into place that will protect the enhancement is lacking. That's one of the problem. So we, who support as a government, should be able to tell the government what are the missteps. They need to put mechanism into place. It's serious.
What are some of the areas that you think are challenging for the government? They need to do better. Some of the things that haven't been done right.
The bureaucratic bottleneck with employment in this country is hard.
What do you mean?
Civil service is the only place that people are internalized before they employ. They serve as intimidation. They are not. You got to be transparent and efficient.
But that's what the law says. You gotta go through the civil service process.
Granted, I said, but you got to be efficient.
Are they not?
I'm not seeing it. There's a reason why people control and complaining. I'm not seeing it. I must admit to you. We call all the institutions all of the time to plenary, and they brief on what is unfolding and what have you, the bureaucracy, bottleneck, and this, that. But the government said, I'm meeting issue of employment. You understand? Mm-hmm. So here we talk, we say, oh, the company brought in a lot of aliens, and they're taking our job. We got to prepare ourselves. You got to create the template that would dissect what job are in mind that Liberians are supposed to do, and periodically on a yearly basis, how many Liberians are going to go for training overseas. Gradually, so they will oversee the whites or the foreigner, quote unquote.
I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm not running after anyone to be the president vice running mate. But of course, I am ready. If anyone comes to me to contest as vice running mate, I will go back to my people in Nima and I will consult them. If possible, I will consult the current vice president that I want to contest as vice running mate to this person. But as of now, I'm not running after anyone. I'm not contemplating on being anyone vice running mate. Senator Samuel Gongwen Koga, today he appears on OKFM on the conversation, the OK conversation with Julius Jed. And a lot were discussed today during his appearance at OKFM. Voice of BKS was represented, BKS TV was represented there during the interview. Senator Koga lamented on so many issues. He spoke of the MDR thing. He spoke of the current relationship with the caucus. He spoke of the yellow machine that have been brought in the country by Vic's government. He said the yellow machine thing is a good idea. It's great. But the mechanism put in place, that's what we believe is not good. We that supported this government code, we have to criticize this government where they are going wrong. Good evening and welcome to BKS TV. My name is Junior Payne, your regular host of the BKS TV Heat Hour show here. And of course, in tonight's edition, we'll be diving into the conversation had today by Senator Samuel Gongwen Koga. Of course, it's going to be a great one. It's going to be a wonderful conversation. It's going to be a very, very great conversation. My man Sam Cyrus Bali is in the back. I'll be bringing him on very shortly. But again, If you are just joining us, we want to say welcome. Welcome to the Eat Hour program. We are very sorry for coming on a bit late here tonight. We needed to have, play you the recording at first before we come on to say anything. Those of you listening to us via radio want to say welcome. And those of you too also listening to us via Facebook and YouTube and all other social media platform you're watching us from, we want to say welcome. My name is Junior Payne. I'm here tonight alongside Mr. Sam Saras Balie. Mr. Balie is here. Good evening and welcome to the Eat Hour show here this evening, Mr. Sam. How you doing?
I am doing good, Junior. It is good to be back here on the BKS TV. This is where we have a talking point and we straighten things off. We give it to them and they go and do their own analysis. We'll bring it to them. So it's great to be here again to those of you who are listening to us from the radio land. I want to say many thanks to you for taking time of being here. I know sometimes it's tough to be listening to or maybe showing a little bit late. But yes, we are here because we wanted to do some analysis based on Senator Koga interview today. So it's great. We're going to have a great conversation. You can join in if you want. Let us know if you want to be part of the conversation tonight. Thank you, Jan. Let's move forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sam, and welcome to the show. Asu Chroma is watching us. Anita T. Robert is also watching us. Mario Chroma is also watching us on Camplay. Fuma Toure is also watching us. Vex Evelyn Fuma, welcome. And Jerome is also following the show here. Vex Evelyn. Nelson Tour is watching us. Prince Arthur is also watching us here. Vex Evelyn. The man Alexander Aloysius Alexander Tente Jr. is also watching the show here. Vex Evelyn from Canada. Aloysius, welcome to the show here too as well. Sam, before Matthew Gomen Samin is also watching us from Ominga Community, Pingsville City. Prince Manley is also watching us from Nyobutu. Prince Mali. Prince, good evening and welcome to the show, Prince. How is the great city of Nyobutu? I feel very excited seeing people watching from the most beautiful town in Liberia, the greatest city to have ever existed in Liberia, Nyobutu. It's great to have you from Nyobutu this evening, Prince. Welcome to the show. Shaq O'Neill is also watching us this evening from Nima County. Shaq O'Neill, welcome. Are you the basketballer Shaq O'Neill or you Nima on the Shaq O'Neill? Oscar Siagman is also watching us from Smagon Play in District 4, Nima County. Oscar, welcome to the show. Please help us to share the show with other people. Invite somebody listening alongside you here this evening. Shaq O'Neill, welcome. Help us to share the show with other people too as well. Oscar Ziagman and the rest of the folks, we want to say welcome to the show here this evening. Austin G. Duo is watching us on Claratown, Monrovia. Austin, good evening and welcome to the show here this evening. It's great having you on here, Austin. We got 2 minutes. Let's give you guys 2 minutes to recognize you before we go to Mr. Sam. If you are watching us, tell us in the comment section where you're watching us from, and let's recognize you here tonight on the show. Let me say a big shout out to those of you who are celebrating your birthday today. We want to say happy birthday treat to you in a very special way. And those of you too who have already celebrated your birthdays, we want to say a happy belated birthday treat to you too as well. You can have it from the management and workforce of VIX Noble Institution. And those of you too who are waiting to celebrate your birthdays in the near days to come, I want to say happy pre-birthday treat to you. I wish you all the best as you await your later day too as well. Jacob L. Carmon Jr. is also watching us from Zorgo, we say. Yeah, Zolgowi is a city. Yeah. Jacob, I agree with you. Zolgowi. Jacob, good evening and welcome to the show here, Vic Sealy. How is Zolgowi? I mean, the entire Zolgowi is the most beautiful town in the entire Zol, even though my man Jacob says it's a city now. Jacob, is great having you on the show here this evening. It's our pleasure to have you. 1 minute to go. Tell us in the comment section where you're watching us from, and let's be able to recognize you on the show here tonight. Today is the third day of the third month of the year 2026. We want to say welcome to all of you in a very special way too as well. Today is Tuesday. Two representatives from Nima County, Crawford, or Senate Communication to the House of Representatives today. Like we said, on Tuesday and Thursday, we highlight the communication sent by lawmakers on NIMA. We highlight the debate proffered by lawmakers on NIMA. We highlight the bills that were passed by lawmakers on NIMA. So today, the House of Representatives received a communication to review the gender-based online abuse bill submitted by Representative Nyanji Twayen. Sorry, Representative Nyanji Flomo, not Twayen. Nyanji Flomo Jr. of Electoral District 2. He sent a communication today to the House of Representatives, and that communication is being reviewed. According to Representative Flomo, the online gender abuse is getting alarming in the country. Therefore, the House of Representatives needs to take action. What do we expect from this bill? We are expecting that the Abdullah Kamara Act will also be inclusive of VIX online violence, especially against our females out there, many of them whom their private videos have been posted by their lovers and all of that. We are expecting a very good deliberation from the committee on this bill. That's from Representative Nya G. Flomo Jr. of Electoral District 2, Nima County. And second on the list tonight is Representative Ernest M. Massier. Representative Ernest Massier wrote a communication today to the House of Plenary requesting their attention to the recent or alarming rape cases across the country. That's a communication too. So two lawmakers from Nima, one person sent a communication and one person proffered a bill. We're expecting a lot to be done. Henry Morgan is watching us this evening from Bio Long 2, Electoral District 4, Twa River. Welcome to the show, Henry. Bill Clan or Bill Chiefdom is my maternal home. There where my mother is from. So the people of Bill are all my people. Sam, welcome back.
Yes. Are you okay?
Uh-oh. Sam, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Damn.
You having trouble, Junior? You having trouble with your stuff? I'm here. I'm hearing you. Good to see you, Henry. You are watching from Bill Long True. Oh, wow. That is incredible. So is the network on that side strong? Is the network on that side, Henry?
What is going on? What's happening?
Junior, can you hear me? I'm hearing you.
So Sam, if you are hearing me,
Can you hear me? I'm hearing you.
I'm not hearing you at all. So Sam, if you are hearing me,
I think there's a delay, Junior.
you at all. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, great. I think it's okay now. Great. Welcome back to the show, Sam. It's great having you on here tonight. CEO Alvin Seka Sunil. Good evening and welcome to the show here this evening. How you doing, Chief?
Thank you. You know, I had a little beef with our reporter. What's his name? Matthew. Matthew went through Buto today, but he refused to stop. So he and I his man went to do some coverage in District 5. And he passed he man calling me, telling me, oh, CEO, I passed Diapley, then I passed Gomba. I said, but did you pass Buto? He said, no, we went Diapley, then we can't Gomba. I said, but any part by second time, he said, yeah, we went through second time. I said, okay, I'm a time that you fail to pay respect to the CEO, so you'll be fine for that. But overall, it's great being back. He went there. He went to do some coverage in Bloomington there, and I think we'll be discussing that tomorrow. I won't want to go ahead of the news here, but yeah, it's great being back on the show. I think welcome to the show, says Lorena, Cyrus, and yourself. We listened to Honorable Koga, the senator. Our senators interview there today, and I think BKS were also in studio with OKFM, and yeah, great stuff. I think we can discuss that a lot to unpack from that interview, just that interview alone, and I look forward to having that discussion. But overall, it has been great. Nema County, one thing we want to start honing on here going forward will be highlighting our people of Babi District. That's something that I think is near and close dear to my heart. I think we will start talking about them, bringing up the things that have to do with the district, because we are one member. Yeah, besides that, I think it's great. It's great being back, and we look forward to having a wonderful show again tonight. You're muted. I think the man having some.
I think something is wrong here tonight. Welcome. See you. Welcome to the show. Madam Lorena Donke, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. Let's hear what's on your mind before we introduce tonight's conversation.
So good evening to all of you. Good evening to our listeners and our followers. So what on my mind is this evening I was listening to Senator Koga interview on OKFM, and then it just whether he was being factual or not, and that's something to say for another discussion. But what a general discussion remind me of is that I have always said, and nobody from another country can change our narrative as Liberians or change our politics. I remember when Carlos we were on our show, I told him the same thing. And so today when he was saying that if somebody if he's asked by someone to be his running mate, he's going to go to ask the Nema people. So the first thing is, if you're going to ask the Nema people will give you that response. So if you go against their response or whatever, then that's another discussion, another consequence. So it just tells me that when people think that they can use us against each other, I just wanted to know them to know that because we got like maybe 3-4 years ahead, people will play that politics for some reason, but when the actual time comes, 2028, you cannot, think that you will play, you will use a Nema man against another Nema man. So we have all our differences, but there are ways that we sit, and discuss when the time comes. And we are so we are unique that we don't allow other people to explain our narrative or to write our stories. we write our own story. So this, I was urged that everybody who say, oh, I will talk to Koga because he's talking to the VP, or I will talk to the VP because this. If you see how the people discuss, you will know that we are just fooling ourselves. People who will be insulting someone because of this, other politician, you know that you just sporting, you just, they're damaging your career, your future, and everything, because those people, when they are meeting to reconcile, they don't consider your thoughts. They don't consider your feelings or emotion, anything. No, they don't. They just reconcile because they feel it is right to reconcile. And then you people now left to continue being enemy with the two sides, you and the other person supporter, or you can decide to say, okay, that all reconcile. So I think he showed, he responded today, he was very much composed. He was very unlike my nephew, fiery, he was, so it was good. And so it just tells me that we will continue to write our own stories, write our own narrative, and we'll continue to lead in this country. Yes.
So this was the exact conversation that we were going to have, and we will still have it. Thankfully, you laid some of the premise for us on the show, man and Lorena. But again, as always, we discuss our opinions on the show, and those that are listening to us, they are left with the judge and they decide. And when it comes to the real news, we give the real news out there. But when it comes to opinion making, we all make our opinion on the show. But let me lay the busy. Today, Senator Samuel Koga appears on OKFM. We were privileged to have covered our interview. You were asked so many questions relating to NIMA, and he also made a clarity on his appearance on the show that sparked controversy across the country as to how appointments have been made in NIMA County. Now, he said something. He said things are trying to work out, but he's looking up to them. The major thing he said today in the interview was that he's not running after anyone to be vice running mate to that person. But if the conversation comes up, he will go back to the people at NIMA to consult them. Now, he has been in the corridor, that Senator Koga wants to be the vice running mate to a George Manawia comes 2029 and all of that. I want us to have our take on this here tonight. If Senator Koga having to come to the people at NIMA to say he wants to contest as vice running mate to any other politician in NIMA County, what will be your response? Is it going to be yes? If yes, why? I want you to back that. Is it going to be no? If no, I also want you to back that. We are trying to have a conversation here in a very interactive one. Let's try to establish if this kind of conversation comes up tomorrow and Senator Koga having to come to NIMA. Another thing he stressed on was the others visit to NIMA, but I think we've discussed that a lot. So I want us a little bit table the others thing. And let's focus on the political side of it. He spoke of the yellow machine. He said the yellow machine coming to the country was great. But indeed, the regulatory aspect put in place, he don't believe it's okay. And he gave an example of those machines that NIMA owned before, how they were managed. They were poorly managed according to him. And that's why we didn't get the needed results we should have gotten from the yellow machine thing in NIMA County. Now, with the way the placement is being done, the appointment is being done on the yellow machine committee, he said Brani Samuka is a good guy. He's an experienced person, but is he experienced in that department? Sarcastically, he said no. Brani is not experienced in that place, and he believed that the regulatory aspect of the yellow machine is a problem. See you. Let me start with you. Lay the premise, lay the basic for us on this conversation. What's your take on it? If Sam comes to NIMA and say, Mr. X say he wants me to be his vice running mate, what will be your advice to him or your suggestion?
So Sis Lorena made a really great point. I've been preaching that on here for a very long time. About those who make enemies with their peers, with their fellow brothers and sisters in the name of politics, right? They go after each other and then hit on each other because of politics. And then at the end of the day, the politicians will go, and merry-make and fix things. So I have always said that those that go after each other, attack each other, especially in my politics, you got to be very careful that you can disagree with someone, you can disagree with someone political issue, but you can still walk the line where you be respectful to the person. Now, if you notice, those that used to attack the honorable man, the senator, on Facebook, from the other side, if you notice, they have slowed down because they're seeing that, the way things are going now. The VP and his brother, they are fixing things. You see, Senator Yan Twine is getting involved. They are all getting together, which we all want, we all pray for, and we all hope for, because that's how the Nimba is going to unite. So you notice all the other guys, they have gone silent. They are not attacking Honorable Koga the way they used to do it before. Even to today's interview, like you said, I know Sis Lorena also said he was composed. I think he has always been composed. The only time he comes out feisty is when he's being taken advantage of, when he feels disrespected, and that's when he will come out swinging. And anybody will do the same thing. When you disrespect or you feel marginalized in some way or any way, shape, or form, you come out swinging. When you have county leadership, go on social media throwing hints at you and stuff, you come out swinging. That's what happens when leaders get disappointed. So, to his interview, I agree with Sis Lorena, everything she said there. It's traditional. Nimba is a traditional, county, and even Julius Jessa even mentioned that today. And when he asked Honorable Koga, he said, "Yeah, if I'm not going around asking people, to be there running mate or stuff, but if it happens that anyone come to me, I will go and consult with our people, including the VP, right? Including the VP. I will go to him and ask him and say, oh, brother, this is what they are saying. And there will be dialogue, it will be negotiation. And that's what he said. So if the VP comes and say, no, my brother, I'm in this race, X, Y, Z, and then they can dialogue. But the VP come and say, oh, man, you want to contest, go ahead and contest, do what you want to do. That would be another blessing. Even though that would be angry blessing, but it will be a blessing telling him, no, go ahead and do it. So at the end of, he's a politician. Everybody they all know what they're doing. So you can tell from his voice there that definitely if they come to him and ask him, anyone comes to him and ask him, he will not just turn it down and say, oh no, I'm not going to do this, right? And this is from his own mouth. That's what he said. He will go to the elders and the people and discuss this with them. So, for knowing our people of Nimba County, our elders, it's going to be, they are not going to sit in the same room and let two brothers go for the same position. I don't think that's going to happen. If you're talking about elders now, the elders.
No, in your opinion now, then leave the elder on the side. We want you to make your own opinion tonight. If Koga comes to you as a brother from y'all and say, CEO, I want to contest as vice president of the Republic of Liberia, what would be your advice to him?
Oh,
let's
no,
say you want now.
Oh, as my big brother, if he comes to me and say that, the same thing he said to do, that's what I'll tell him. I'll tell him you have to go to the people back home, and he has to go to his brother, who happens to be our brother too from the county, and tell him. I'll bring it up. We got the vice president there. If depending on where he be going for, either vice presidency or presidency, we got honorable ability too, right? We got we got Councilor Tiawan Gonglo. It's not just two of them. We'll have so many people from Nimba that will be vying for the office. So I don't want us to just tailor that down to just him and the VP. We got Musa Ability, Honorable Ability, who's a prominent son of the county. He will be vying too. And then we'll also have, unless Councilor Tiawan Bongo drops out. So my advice to him would be, you can't predict now. You can't say anything now because it's still far. It will be hypothetically.
Hypothetically speaking, will you tell him to contest as vice president, or you would tell him straight up no, stay in the Senate?
No, I can tell him no. I cannot tell him no. I will weigh based on what the variables will be at that time, right? If the vice president will be highly consider in any advice I would give to him. Because if you have your brother's honorability going, you have the vice president going, regardless of whatever he goes for, VP or presidency, it'll be hard. But again, you don't know what's going to happen at that time. So, given the fact that he's going to go, because he said it, he's going to go to his brother and say, "Hey, Chief, this is what happened." So, based on what the VP will recommend and suggest, that where decision will be made. But until then, we can't say anything. But VP,
do you think he's considering the thought of being a vice running mate to anyone?
The man's a politician. Everybody wants to be leader. Nobody will tell you. No politician in Liberia will tell you say they are not. That doesn't cross their mind. He's a human being. Human as by nature, we are politicians. He's a senator. A popular one, like him or not. Anybody can say what they want to say. He's a force in Nimba to be reckoned with. You can disagree with him all you want. Honorable Koga will have a say come 2029, and I think the other leaders know that, and they will try to harness that and work with him.
Now, he spoke of the yellow machine thing. He said the regulatory aspect of the yellow machine is very wrong. What say you on that?
I've always said the same thing. I think it is duplication of functions when it comes to what the other ministry name?
Ministry of Public Works.
Public Works, yeah. This has never happened before in the history of Liberia, but there are so many functions that are being carried over to. I mean, from what I even heard, most of the engineers are from Public Works. The old man that is running there is our own papa. With my own big brother Emmanuel Monlu and stuff like the Koga said, they don't have that experience when it comes to this type of thing. So I think I agree on Koga when it comes to that. I think it's going to be hard. That's a tough job. People don't know that. They think it's easy. Project management is no joke, and you have to have some type of expertise in that field, some type of experience. And the people who are leading it, they are not expert in that field. Now, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, because I know even in America here, people, you can do different. You can study something different and still go and special and still go functioning something completely different. We have psychologists who are bankers. We have, nurses who are managing, different companies and stuff. So it just depends. But they will need the support of the government. They will need the support of public work. They will need the support of all Liberians to be able to succeed. I believe it's a good thing. In fact, the old man, Samukai, I think he said that it's going to add over 1,200 jobs. To that's huge. We don't want to take that from anybody. I applaud the whole yellow machine thing. I think it's a good thing for the country as a whole. This is one of the biggest signature move for the rescue government. If they do it well, if they manage it well, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It will really help the country go beyond 2029 and 2032. But if they don't do it well, if it happens to be something similar to what happened in Nimba, it could backfire on them too. So I agree with you. I agree with him that I think the people who are running there, I don't think they have the experience, but we have to give them benefit of the doubt to see how it end up here. But I think it's duplication of public. I'll wait to see how they are going to coordinate that between public works and this department or whatever their functions are.
Thank you. Before I go to Madam Lorena, I'm the host here, so I don't have a much saying. I did ask a lot of questions. Now, he spoke of the issue of appointment coming from Nimba. When this is the show that he made that allegations here, and today when he appeared on OKFM, he tried to make the clarity. But you listen to him. As someone who has done psychology before, listening to Senator Koga today expressing another concern on that thing or trying to make clarity on that issue, do you think everything is well when it comes to the way appointment has been done in Nimba from his end?
No, I don't think so. If you listen to, I know we have our brother Bob Cato here the last time. If you listen to every one of them, they'll tell you the VP does not have appointing power. So that has been across the board, which is true, 100% true. But I still believe that he has influence in when it comes to making appointment from Nimba. I don't think there's that. I talked for some point in time I thought it was just Booyah, but across the board, most districts are also complaining when it comes to appointment, job allocation. I also asked my brother the last time about even directors and those low hanging fruit jobs are not from our district, and he told me, "Oh no, we have over 10 directors from Booyah," and he was going to send me the list. He has not sent me the list yet, so that tells you that it's not true. He tried to mention Jesse. Jesse is not a director. I don't know what job he's doing at Nuka over there. But as far as the appointing the stuff, I think he's still frustrated. He believes what he's saying, but because elders have stepped in, they are brothers, they are fixing things behind the scene, which is the right thing to do. They are working behind the scene. They have others who have joined in, like I said, Senator Twain and other folks who have joined in and trying to work things between him and his brother and the other folks. I think he's trying to soften his tone, and he doesn't want to come to media and be critical like the way he did, because I think the elders did not like that too as well. But behind the scene, even factually, it's still the same. Nothing has changed. When you ask, they say things in the making, and I'll go straight to Booyah, District 5. Very simple, equal. I mean, easy. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Nothing has changed there. So what he said is true, but he's just being a politician. He's trying to polish it and make it look nice, which I think I like that. I like that approach. I like, you can come and disagree. He disagreed a lot today, but it was structured. It was more laid back, and I think folks on the other side would like that. And if you allow me, I got one thing that also I will talk about that he mentioned that. I don't know if you skipped that. Julius asked him about the MDR. Yeah, he asked him about MDR, the leadership, the composure, and then the role of the VP. That's one thing he hasn't budged on. He has not moved on that at all. He stated what he's been stating from day one. He said the same thing. He said the VP is a unity partisan, which is true. He also said the VP became a VP because of MDR. So his naval strength, as he put it, is better with MDR. So he will never forget about MDR. And he's someone that if MDR needs something, they will go to him for that, and he knows that. So, but technically speaking, he is the most senior official when it comes to MDR. Now, Julius asked him also, he said, who's the leader? Who's the political leader? And he said they don't have that yet. They have to go to some type of semi-convention or convention to be able to do that. But the VP is not the political leader of MDR, right? So that's something that he stressed on today too as well. But yeah, a lot of things he talked about today. I will stop there for now and let the other folks take over, and then we can have that conversation.
Thank you very much, CEO. Thank you very much. Nearly 15 to 20 minutes. Oscar Ziagben is watching us. Bendo, is it Bendy or Bendo? Two-man Jeremiah. So
it's Bido Two-man Jeremiah.
Two-man Jeremiah is also watching us. Welcome to the show, guys. Mana Lorena don't care. Let's hear you. If I know you're very close to Senator Koga, you call him on a daily basis, and you guys have some friendly conversation of mother and son, Manigbe and Gerson discussion. Now, if Senator Koga is to ask you that Mama have been asked by this president to be a vice running mate, what would be your response to him? And try to convince or tell the people that are listening to us tonight, why are you taking that side and why will you be responding that way? You are muted.
So there are certain political discussion I cannot take part in, especially when it has to do with partisan politics. The other party is good, the other party is not good. I can't not do that, because I'm here to work with anybody who is in government. But when it comes to this issue that is particularly like from Nema, and the old people say, in order to plot, on mat, the new mat, you have to sit on the old one. So let's look at the record of Senator Koga. When Mr. Cummings needed a running mate, he was stranded, I would say that way, for running mate. At the time, they had chosen now Vice President Koo. Senator Mr. Cummings, Honorable Cummings reached out to Senator Koga. They had a meeting. And I was one of those that he told. He told a lot of other people from Nima. He said Mr. Cummings wanted him to be a running mate. And what was his response to Mr. Cummings? That response can tell us what he would say in the future if someone asked to be a running mate. He told Mr. Cummings, if you had asked me before Senator, because at the time he was Senator Jeremiah Kuhn was chosen, it would be a different thing. But Senator Kuhn has been chosen and shown to the nation by a very formidable opposition political party. And so now, if I agree to be your running mate, in case the party doesn't win the election, the people of Nima will say, I am the one who made Nima not to have a vice president, because for sure, even if they who had lost the election anyways. So he said there were good offer made to him, and he rejected it. Even the vice president knows the story. So what I'm trying to say is that now that just imagine they had just chosen Senator Kuhn as running mate, they're considering now that he's a vice president. Things may not have are not as rosy, or things are not like expected or 100% good. But in my judgment, and considering what he said before, just from picking his brother, now that his brother is a vice president, I think what he will be doing now, that when he said I will contact the people on Nima, including the vice president, he will be now putting his trump card on the table to his brother and say, this is what I'm told. But because you are already seated and you are going again, so what do you think? And when I know your brother, you will not play politics at that point to say contest. No, you will say, my man, you say, 6 more years, let me go. And then Senator Koga now will say, okay, so for you to go, this is it, and they will talk in politics, talk in the negotiation over there. And this will be the same thing that Nima will be telling Senator Koga. So even me, if you call me and say, Mama, X want me to be their running mate, I will be telling the same thing. I'll be telling him, why in 2023, when Mr. Kwame asks you, why did you say this? And then when you tell me everything, I say, so what you think now is the time for you to go? Now that Nima is ego, Nima is like, okay, we are tested, because although Moses Blair, Dogodi and Tine, it was like, we were just coming up, but this is the real one we are ever have first. So I think in my mind, if he asks me, and I will use his scenario of 2023 to answer him, and then I know we'll reach to the point and he will say, okay, let me meet my brother and put my demand on the table, and then we'll start from there, because we're not running competition for vice president yet.
So what you say about honorability and Councillor Tiawong Gonglo, they are on their respective ticket as presidential candidates?
Okay, so in 2023, when Councillor Gonglo was on the ticket, I was reached out by one of his siblings, for us to support Councillor Gonglo. And I told him, I said, Councillor Gonglo is a fine son of Nima. In fact, when we're counting our intellectual sons of Nima, we name it among the numbers. But the thing about politics is not about how many words you know. It's not about the degree, especially in our setting. It's about the number you can bring to the table. And we know that even the vice running mate that Big Brother and Tiawong Kerry, he just been known now because of the EPA job that Georgia Baga gave him, the appointment he got. That's how he's even known. But prior to him becoming vice senator to him, he was just known in certain part of Bon County where he was teaching Cottington and doing a little NGO job in his neighborhood. other than that, he was not known as that. So I told the brother who reached out to me, I said, so if it was like he got a popular vibes on him, who would know can pull the number? That would be
Like
but the counselor himself is not able to win Nima for himself. And no, then the running mate too is somebody that is not even known. So in the case of Councilor Bungalow, Honorability, and Vice President Kuhn, and no, we'll be also looking at the numbers because the variables is what we'll be looking at, because to get to that level, it is not by luck, it is not by wishes, it is not by anything. It's about the number that you can pull. So I know they themselves at their level, they will have to sit down and discuss that. And then we will be on Facebook and be dropping here. They're supposed to be doing more appealing with what some people insulting, but they will also say that I only want to know that, whether they can pull it. I had discussion with somebody very close to honorability. And what he told me just 2 weeks ago, it tells me that indeed Nima is in charge of its own narrative. So I will not say that, I will not call that person in, because the person is, in the inner cabinet, the kitchen cabinet of Miss Honorability. So it just confirmed to me that, okay, you know what? We are indeed a writer of our own story. Yeah, so as I was saying, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I had a discussion with somebody from the TNC, very close to honorability. And what he told me about the whole presidency, the whole 2029 business, it again confirmed to me that we in Bayern are in charge of our own narrative and we are the writer of our own story. So when that time reaches and when it happened, and then I say, okay, this person told me. So I don't think there will be a point that honorability and vice president will even have to talk to over things. I think people were like, maybe he thought maybe the way honorability started it soon, he saw the reaction, so he having some other thoughts. From the discussion I had with this person, he considering other things. So there will never be a time that he and vice president will be fighting over, oh, I'm contesting, I'm not contesting, but they will rather sit at a table and negotiate.
Thank you. For me, I think a lot to be discussed here tonight. If any son from Nima or daughter from Nima that believe they deem themselves qualified, this is election. It's not appointment. It's about who knows you. You can enter the race. Don't trade your personal job. This is your job. This is not the Nima people job or any other thing. It's your job. We will be giving you the job. But if you deem yourself very competent enough, go to contest. The vice president will contest. It's democracy. The winners win, and victory goes to that person. We all reconcile and move forward. And that's it. That's my opinion on it. Sam Saros Bali, welcome, Chief. What's your
you didn't ask about the yellow machine.
Yes,
anything you didn't ask about the interview, nothing. You just to that one presidency thing.
Sorry, Chief. Sorry. I'm really sorry. I get a little carried away there. Now, the yellow machine thing, we were hearing a corner that you got appointed in the yellow machine committee. Suddenly, they took you from there after you got your job with the international organization. So they took you from the yellow machine committee. That's the rumors that I got. I said, no, that's not true. But since you're here now, the entire composition of the yellow machine, you got Brandon Samoka. I don't know his educational background, but I know the educational background of Mr. Doma. He came from the health sector, now serving on the project committee. Senator Koga said today that the regulatory aspect of the yellow machine is the big problem, but the intent is very well. What say you on that?
Okay, so in the first place, Honorable Doma did not come from the health sector. Honorable Doma has an MBA. MBA is a master key. So you can work in you can have any institution, and you can work in any administrative area. So that's why, so that the reason he served as administrator to JFK during Madam Salif time, because he has an MBA. The reason he has served as administrator to Ghana Methodist because he has an MBA. So that's the reason why. It's not because he came from the health background. And yes, Honorable Vice President Kuhn had told me like about 3 weeks ago that he want me to be the coordinator for health and safety for the Yellow Machine and management team. And then I said, I didn't want a civil servant position again. I have spent almost 2 years in Liberia. I have seen how, I have seen a lot of things have appointed officials relate to civil servant, and I've seen some people who are appointed, their capacity, their output, and everything. And I think I can do better than some of them. So I said, I told Honorable Dokubo when there, I said I didn't want a civil servant position again. So these are the places I want. When they are opening there, I can go there. I think I can contribute there. So, but however, and he said, I understand that's true, but you can hold on to this and then while we're looking around. So in that time, and then I applied on the 13th of February for this job I got. And then, so I just kept everything to myself. I didn't discuss it with anybody again. Went for the interview, got my pre-offer letter, and then got my offer letter, signed my contract before I called him on Saturday and said, oh, and he made my call anyway, then he called back. I said, I was just calling to say thank you for all the efforts you made for me to get appointed. I see your effort. I appreciate it. And I just want to inform you that I have gotten a job in the private sector. And then he said, what's joy that I explained to him? He said, oh, I need to get Carl so he can watch that job. I said, yeah, sure. Just laugh about it. He congratulated me. So that was it. So for the Yellow Machine, Honorable Semonka is only like the administrator. You got technicians who are engineers in within the committee. For example, you got Emmanuel Mondu, our own brother from Gberege, who is responsible for policy, for general services in that area, and we know he has done that before with Ministry of Defense. And you got another guy, I understand he came from Minnesota, who is an engineer, who is responsible for the technical aspect. And you got people, you got experts who are in those positions. And Honorable Semonka is just the administrator, the overall person, and people who know him say he's a workaholic. And sometimes when you are Minister of Defense, they leave from 8, 9 o'clock in the day. And then, of course, Honorable Doma is the administrator responsible for HR, all the other stuff, falls under him. They will have an HR person, they will have a controller, and then they will have people across the 19 hubs, across the 15 countries. So I mean 15 countries. So I don't think that it's a mistake. Using the scenario of NEMA that Senator Koga talked about today, I think Senator Koga was part of the problem, because there was a MOU signed or contract signed with UNDP for the maintenance of that machine. So even when Mana Edith Gonglo left, they should still see whether they can renew that MOU with UNDP or they can sign another one with different people for the maintenance. They didn't do it. So I also blame them. So he's part of that problem. So I think that a scenario that was used to study to see what worked better for NEMA, what didn't work. And that's why they set up an independent committee so that we can bring it, because first people thought they would bring the machine and give it to the 15 counties. And then the county will say that one lawmaker wanted to say, no, that person, that opposition lawmaker, they don't give it. But in this case, it is at the 19 hubs. And then if Grand Pastor say compound number 3, we need to do some work there, it is the central level that provide the fuel, the everything, and make sure the machine moves from where it is, for the hub it is in Grand Pastor, to compound 3 to work. And then when it is done working, it comes back to the hub and packed. So it is not a controlled by the county administration, but by the national committee, but then they are working in collaboration with that county administration. So for me, I don't think it's like overlapping the function of how you call it, public works, because like he has said, before then we have public works, we have Ministry of Rural Development. So it's the same thing, just a name different. So these people are responsible for our farm to market roads. And for me, I say it's a good thing. Repeatedly, because it is not only like opening pathway for the growth of our economy, but it's also making our road accessible that ambulance can fly from one end to another, like pregnant women can come to the facility without being stuck across the river, like vaccines are carried to the facility without so the river fill or no bridge, because I'm told that it will bring Bailey bridges as well where there need be, and they put it instead of people going collecting copper rest for community to face plywood bridge or whatever. So I think it's a good thing, and having a separate independent body to manage it will be way better, because probably what we'll be thinking about how our road can be paved, while this committee is thinking about how our road are pliable, because they are doing the just a regular dusty road, but making it that it's very accessible. That's what I would say in regards to the Yellow Mission Committee. So he's not an engineer, but he's able to manage a team because there are technicians, there are engineers who are there. And then the company has people already, some of them are already in country, some of them will be arriving this March, and they will come to train. And they're not training, they put the training, they are not there. I just say I can drive and I can move the U-Haul, the this and that. And they train me, no, but they will also test to see if it is true, yeah, I can drive, and then before they can do the employment. So the people are already in country to do that training. And I think they say go for 3 years. It's all part of the MOU that the VP and then go into for the arrangement.
What do you think? This was the other issue raised by Senator Koga. I want to ask the question differently. What do you think is holding back the movement for democratic and reconstruction from having their own political standard bearer, their party standard bearer, their political leader? What do you think is holding them back since the transitioning of the vice president from the MDR to the Unity Party? Do you think the vice president has any role to play in the MDR that is holding the MDR back from having her own political leader, or do you think the vice president is still holding on to MDR as an alternative that he will still go back to, and he still wants to be the political leader after all those years?
Okay, so before I answer that question, I'll get to answer the question about the appointment issue that Senator Koga talked about. So United Party took over in late January, and by February they did that first, early February or late January they did that first appointment when Senator Koga was still a representative. So it was the late PYJ who was a senator, because we only have one senator then, because Senator Toye has now no contested, so because that election was in April of 2024. So it was Senator Johnson who was lobbying for NEMA, and how Councilor Cooper Crow, how you see a lot of Nimbayans at, and how you call this place, Labor Ministry. It was through the Senator Johnson, a lobbying power. So, Vice President Kun was trying, but for every time he pushed out, they would say, "Mama, you vice president for Liberia, not vice president for NEMA." So we have only one senator fighting. Senator Koga now was represented at the time. He became senator in April of 2025 when all appointments are done. So my question is, Senator Koga, is he asking that they remove all those appointed so that they can open up and say, okay, Senator Koga made suggestion, or is he supposed to be lobbying with ministers, head of entity, to see how you can put people to the director position and team that are civil service position that can be, you can turn people around anytime? Because if you became senator in April of 2025, Senator Koga, my own nephew, he knows that, I respect him and everything, but I like to be factual. You became senator in April, May, we all left and went for a UNICO convention in America. So we came back in June. I think they came back in June. So for February, those who were appointed until May. So we're telling them, okay, they dismiss you, and then they go on the table now for Senator Koga to suggest. I think those people from NEMA who are appointed, they are Nimbayans equally, and you are our senator. So what you can do now is liaising with head of entities, to see, oh, I'm in the director position, I got a qualified person, that's what should be done, because you never had that opportunity because you were not senator. That those I wouldn't have one senator who lobbied for people you wanted to lobby for. Maybe it would have at the time a senator and here Senator Johnson pushing here and there. We have gotten more
No,
than
but
they would. So that's
but
all.
Marina, here is it though. Let me ask you this.
He was
Senator,
senator. He
Senator
was
Johnson,
representative.
I agree with you that Senator Koga was then representative when most of those major appointments like directors, ministers were being made. Now, the problem is Senator Johnson is on tape or was on tape saying that the appointment from Nima, he's not being consulted, that the vice president is just taking his people. He's not going to him, the senator, to make the recommendation. So it seems like the same grievance from Senator Johnson, it traveled through Senator Koga, and Senator Koga keep expressing the issue. Now, since then, there have been two appointments made. Since Senator Koga became senator, there have been two major appointments made. One of it is the reappointment, I would say reappointment from the Ministry of Mines and Energy. I don't know whether Senator Koga was consulted. I don't know of that. And also Colonel Skrull, she was transferred to another position. I don't know whether that too needs consultation or not. I don't know about it. But this issue of appointing people, do you think it really needs to pass through the senator? If yes, why is it that it didn't pass through Senator Johnson that he was complaining from the vice president?
Or maybe let me add this to you while you answer
Yeah.
that. Let me add something to it so you can answer. Do you think Nimba is properly represented in this rescue government as compared to other counties?
Okay, so Gian, in the first place, I want you to know Colina Crow, yes, she's on Nimbaye, but her appointment as Deputy Minister of State was not because she was Nimbaye. So it didn't need even consultation from even the Vice President. It was because former minister, late Minister Grace Faye was convenient, was comfortable working with her. That's why he picked her. And then her link with Unity Party as the vice chair for, I think, inter-party and something. So that's her link with Unity Party. Then the Minister of State was comfortable working with her. Let's remember that in this government, President Bouaka has given the leverage to head of entity to appoint, to nominate or recommend their deputy and their assistant. Anybody that working in the government asks that what he's doing. So that's how Cornino was appointed to that position. And Cornino fought her way to get this other appointment, which I don't even think, for me, I don't see it as a gain for Nima, but in a sense, it's a gain because we made a history because the first youthful minister of youth and sport is for Nima. So that's a history that we set as a country because when they call an inquiry, say, where is she from? She's from Nima. But when I say it's not a gain for Nima, though she a minister of a whole minister of a whole ministry, but I think the platform where she came from is bigger than where she is. So for me, that's how I look at things, So I don't think it was about consulting, even the vice president, because there are certain things I will not say here. But because it was not consulted, they didn't even, the guapo were not like you know about it was consulted and this and that. Because I'm told somebody else even going in that position from different countries, that the first thing. So she got her own connection, she from the party or one of the vice chairs, and she fought her own way, and then she got appointed, and then located for her as a blessing. She's 35. So I mean, she just meet that United Nations definition for youth. She into it, she not 40, she not this, she not that. That's one thing. And then number two, the issue of Senator Johnson crying. We know our power always want plenty. How you call him? Dr. Wanke, the former director for National Commission on Higher Education. He was recommended by Senator Johnson.
In George Weah administration. In George Weah administration.
And he was appointed again in this government. He was appointed.
But
he was
the appointment came from George Weah Regina. So even if you're reappointed, we consider that a bit
don't add that. They were put our appointment by George Weah. They're not working. Why were they doing that? It's not working in the government.
No, listen.
Bangura is not working. So what I want you to know is that don't say that like appointment can be extended to say, okay, say the person was appointed 2018, they must be there. No, I'm telling you
So
that.
there were let me answer your question. Why Wilfred
No,
Bangura is not working? Let me answer your question. The reason why Wilfred Bangura is not
that's
working
the
is
question
because
you need to ask yourself. Because
that's why I'm
I'm telling you,
answering. Let me
it was
answer you now.
listen,
Let me answer you.
there
There
was
were reshuffling. There were reshuffling. There were shuffling other entities. But for the Ministry of the Higher Education Commission, there were no shuffling inside. So we agree. We can clearly say that the appointment of Dr. Wunkeyo came from the CDC-led government, and I'm pretty
no.
sure because he was very
Okay, then
competent
why
enough.
Wilfred is not working? Junior? Why you confusing yourself? Why you use a clear answer? Then you twist it around. Wilfred Bangura should be working because he is the one appointed by CDC
So
government. Then
the president didn't demand that he started to work with Wilfred, but he demanded that he started to continue with Dr. Wunkeyo. So we agree that he was
Junior,
appointed under the CDC-led
we
government.
ask questions. I'm quiet. Give me time to explain. Dr.
Okay, go ahead.
Wunkeyo was recommended by Senator Johnson, and then one certain group of women went to Senator Johnson and said they want Sonda to be, I think it was 7 women to be the superintendent. When Senator Johnson went to the president said, you brought 3 names yesterday, we took that 3 names, it will be announced. So you bring in the other 2 names, you have to choose one, and I choose one. And so he chose Dr. Wunkeyo. So it is Senator. If you call that, the Lord get arrived back when it says on Saturday. If you call him now and say, how did you get reappointed? You will say, said then. That's how he called Senator Johnson. It was he who recommended me the second time. Though he is VP Kun mom come from the same time in Duobo, but his recommendation was solely Senator Johnson. So what I want you to know that
So
Senator Johnson was
Dr. Wunkeyo,
listen,
apart from Dr. Wunkeyo, who else was recommended by Senator
Councillor Croix, Otero Massier. Those are that the point he wanted to recommend. You know, there are some things we not say what we can say because our old men have gone to rest. But the point the old man happy, we want to push, and I point he push. So if we have 2 of them, we have 2 senators at a time pushing left and right, we'll get more. That's what I want to say to you. So I'm just saying that Senator Koga was in the lower house then. So often what the senator they were dealing with, you have Jadon pushing, you have Normally pushing, you have Prince Moy, and you have 2 senators pushing, on the rescue side, but we only have 1 senator who are pushing for. We want to push for that. Even his daughter, what her name? Deba got and appointed as into labor. So it is not that another daughter of his is the procurement director. So it was the senator was pushing, he was pushing, but he was pushing his own way, his own strategy, his own approach. So we can't say he didn't push, he pushed, but he had his own way of pushing, and we wanted to push for. And we only have 1 senator because VP Kun had just transitioned from being a senator, and now he couldn't push much when he said this. I myself was affected when you were looking for a job for me. They say you not Nima VP, you Labrador VP. So what I'm saying is that my nephew can leverage his position as a senator, negotiate with how you call with head of entity. Directors are paid higher than assistant minister. So and for director position for his people, once they are qualified, assistant minister are paid 1,005. Some director are paid 2,000, 2,005. So what the essence? It's just to say somebody get green letter, so he can LP and how you call it NPA, all the different places he can push there. And they appointment business, they consult me because you are in the lower house. So they go to consult, they put out in the lower house. No, that's what I want to say. And then the issue of NDR not having or political leader or whatever. Like I said when I started answering my first question, there are certain political things I can't go into. When NDR already, they will sort themselves. Oh, that one I can answer for it.
Thank you very much. When MDR is ready, they will sort themselves out. Now, Mr. Sam, you've been very quiet for a while. Let's come to you. What say you on the conversation here tonight? You are muted, Chief.
I think really Sam, man, know everything you got me say word for word. I got everything.
General, we are unpack a lot of things here, which I don't think I can remember all, but I will try my best to dissect it piece by piece. Well, where do I begin? Let me start with the senator interview today. It was incredible interview. But my interest now in Nimba politics and Liberian politics is not, my focus is not VP. It's not VP. For far too long, we have produced VP upon VP, whether 2 months, 3 months, VP. VP is nothing but VP. I think our focus and direction and thought process now should be who can best lead Liberia to be from Nimba County that can be president of the Republic of Liberia. We will sit down and as a Nimbadian and cry, oh, we can't be, this person can't get your Joseph Baga bringing a lot of people from Lofa, Joy, we are bringing a lot of people from Southeast, Grand Crew, Grand, whatever it is. But what are we doing? What are we doing? Election time comes, we accept subordinate position. Are we not qualified enough to lead Liberia? Are we not qualified enough to be a president of the Republic of Liberia? Is that any citizen from Nimba County can produce or can be made president or can serve as a president of the Republic of Liberia? I believe we have some qualified Nimbayans who can do better work than becoming VP. Is too much topic, VP. To force and the Koga to come sit down here today when someone asks me to be VP, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Let him get out of that mentality or VP mentality. I disagree. What I would say now is that it's in the Koga personally as my thought of his VP position, which he's thinking about. I said, Chief, no. Let's get to the table. Let's examine ourselves. Who can we at least push to go for the presidency? Let's try. There's nothing like trying.
Let me ask you now, because we're having that conversation. If you are to push someone now based on their capabilities for the president to be maybe vice president or president of the Republic of Liberia from Nimba, who do you think you can push?
There are a lot of doctoral degree holders. There are a lot of educated people. There are a lot of experienced people, guys, boys, women and men in Nimba County. All we have to do is to look around and see which one we can push.
You personally, if you have to pick a name,
there are a lot of guys, there are a lot of educated ones and people of Nimba County that we can push.
But Sam, presidency got nothing to do with education solely, though.
It does have leadership comes with some sort of education and common sense. You have a graduate from 2 degrees. Education comes with also common sense. You have to graduate from University of Common Sense as well.
So now, my question to you is, see you are Becky, you're coming.
Yeah,
my
sorry,
question to you is,
I want to quiz my man, but let me.
Yeah. Leave out, man.
So,
and I'll answer it.
We got so many sons. Right now, the names in the corridor is Musa Hassan Belete,
yeah,
and then Councillor Tiawan Se Gonglo.
Definitely.
If these 3 folks are to stay in the corridor and to go on the ballot, who do you think is the best fit to be president?
I will have to evaluate all of them. I have not evaluated them yet, so I can't tell you who is qualified and who is not qualified. I will have to evaluate them. I have my own.
Are you being scared on the rumors that you are wanting to join the CMC?
I have to evaluate all of them. I have not evaluated all of them yet. So in the meantime, I know they are qualified. They are good people. Tiawan is a very good gentleman, and Lord Akon and the activists of our time. CMC political leaders are very handsome and good-looking guy, and who gets some money and doing some work in Nimba County. Who else again? Whatever you mentioned.
Jeremiah Wapo, Dr. Wapo. You talk about PhD. We got Dr. Wapo.
Jeremiah Wapo, I worked with him before. He's a good gentleman, and he's fit to be a president as well. So again, there are a lot of sons and daughters of Nimba Kante that we have to evaluate at some point in time before 2029. And then we can come before 2029, Junior, when I come on the show, as a panelist, my opinion, I'll tell you exactly who I favor.
Go ahead, Chief. Continue.
Yeah, so that's why I would tell
you can get some teasing thing that so when you talk it, we can ask you right in the middle of it. So that's
so Madonna should be thinking bigger than where he's thinking now. For too long, we have been there. We need to be. I'm not saying this because it's all Kante thing. We cry because it's the way we conduct ourselves. Why should we be crying? How many times VP I come from Nimba Kante? So at this point, before 2029, Nimba Kante need to have a conversation with each other. Guys, what can we do? I know everybody has, it's a democracy process, which I understand. But for the sake of our country and our country, we as a people, we need to think twice too, that we can benefit as well. We can't be a town crier every time in election. When election comes and goes, and we'll be a town crier. Oh, we can't get a job. We don't have in this. We don't have it because we are limited. We divided ourselves. At this point, we need to unite and move and speak with one voice. That's the same thing we're pushing in UNICO here. Unity is our strength, and it's our power, and it's our idea. What else, Junior, that you want me to speak about?
Yellow Machine.
Great, Yellow Machine. So Yellow Machine, like I said, listen, development is my goal. Development is something I believe in. We talk about Dubai, we talk about Ghana, we talk about Ivory Coast. Listen, something has to happen somewhere. The procedure might not be right, but I think that for the first time in our country history, to have 285-year-old machine coming into the country, it's a lot of things that I personally don't think that Public Works can manage it in the direction in which we want for it to be. So adding extra team to coordinate is not a bad thing. My appeal to Mr. Samuka is that he's a great guy. I've seen him before. We talk. But I think he's a nice guy who really hardworking when he was to defense. I think he would do well. So when it comes to, he's not an engineer, but once you have a master's degree, I believe you can take care of administration, because the word master, it means everything you learn from ABC to that level, you are a master of a lot of things. So you should be able to have knowledge on some things, especially when it comes to administration. Junior, my graduate degree is not in HR, but I served as an HR here for 2 years. I just resigned a few days ago because I have my own way of doing things.
They have given you a position in Liberia and you're going back to serve. That's why you resign.
No. I'm not even going to Liberia. I'm still here.
Okay,
Yeah.
Chief.
So
I just need to clear that out first.
Thank you. Even if I go into Liberia, I'm going to my hometown to visit. Baibuna.
Okay.
I'm missing the GB.
So that way you can send message to the people of
Baibuna, so they can prepare the
my
GB.
voice.
Then the GB, the snail GB is one I miss. I know.
Go ahead.
I know the day I go, Lorena will cook some for me in Ganta, maybe. But anyway, so I think Minister Samka will do well. Administration, you don't have to be. Once you know how to manage, it's pretty much about management, making sure things go right. But when it comes to the technical aspect, the team will report to you. If they are very honest people, things will go well. But if they want to do it in a way that they will undermine, then team will scatter in that particular position because which I believe some guy had knowledge in doing some of those things. I think it will be okay. If we all care about the development of our country, for me, it's not a problem for the Ministry of Public Works and those things working together for the interest of our country. That's what matters to me. Money doesn't matter. We've been eating all the BB money. When I say we, I'm talking about those who are serving right now. Yeah, so they've been eating all these BB money.
You need to make that clear too.
Yeah,
man. I already made it. I wish I already made it because when sometimes you listen, they say, $1 million, this person, that person, that person. So money is not a matter. Once the country is built, once the country is developed, listen, no government is corrupt free, but we can minimize the corruption and build our country to the standard and the level that we want to be and boast about tomorrow and say, this is my country. I'm from the Republic of Liberia. Sometimes I wonder when July 26 is coming, people are jumping over the sky rag and stuff going in the air. Generally, I sat down here, I said, I'm not going to celebrate because I feel that we are not independent. We can't be independent and be buying rice from China. We can't be independent and be importing everything from another country. We can't be independent and we have only one boulevard in Liberia, Thomas Boulevard. We can't be independent, we have nothing. So I think when we're independent, we have to have rules. We are independent, we have to have this for our people. So, Junior, that's what I look at. So we'll go quickly to
MDR.
MDR. Listen, Junior.
Have you been part of MDR before? You got in there?
No, I have not. Well, it's true that Madonna was the founder and the political leader of the party. I admire you a whole lot. He was a very charismatic guy. He's a leader who really, really inspired people. And I don't think anybody can be like that in Nimba County. Or maybe I might be making a mistake, but with the enthusiasm, the way I see Prince Johnson for the past years that I met with him, which I went to really get his endorsement, to interview him, to get some words from him so I can write my book. But he's a very, very, he was a
when you say one endorsement, I think you wanted to contest that time or that I wanted to see.
No. I mean, maybe I might use the wrong word, but he was a very incredible guy. I was listening to him and I was like, wow, God, I think God made all of us different ways. God gave him something special. And that's what I think. When I sat with him, I really uncovered who Prince Johnson was at the time. So at this point, I don't think MDR, this is my opinion, MDR would not have political leader soon. And why I say this. Political leader position is not just a position that you take and just run with it. It comes with responsibility and money. Who have the resources to sponsor the MDR party now? Does our senator who did the interview today, does he have that money? I don't think so. Liberty Party is struggling today is because no money. when Musa was there, was helping Liberty Party, Musa became powerful because money were in it, coming from him, specifically from Musa Belete. But today, Liberty Party is struggling because of no money. Junior, the party system that we have in Liberia, once you form a party around an individual, it's a tough thing to deal with, because the resources is coming from out of one person pocket. Everybody who make noise in India, who bring in millions of dollars to put it together to have a political leader. None. But let somebody come from outside and say, okay, I got maybe $5 million, you will see everybody will be hanking on that person. So in my mind, MDR will not have political leader pretty soon. It's going to take time. Maybe it will have one, then maybe it will come. But if not, MDR will be a dormant political party in Nimba County in the Republic of Liberia. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is great that these conversations are unpacked so that people can understand where we come from as a country and as a county. And my position has always been clear. Like yesterday, my position is Nimba unity. It's me. That's what I advocate for in my lifetime. Yesterday, I was disappointed in my young, the dear brother, one of our opponents' success. He come here to BBT, you were talking. I have been behind Babi people for too long. Since 2015, maybe Lorena saw me. I met Lorena in Muscatine, Iowa at the time. When my speeches has been, CEO, I know many Grandians than I know Nimani in this country. I hang out with them a whole lot. At some point, my name is, I am called the ambassador, self-appointed ambassador from Nimba County to Grand Jira County. So we play fun with those things because what? I took them to be my people, and they are my people. So the public group, I have delivered speeches upon speeches at the convention and stuff. I have even personally donated to them. I have spoken to them, listen, why it's true that I love the people of Grand Jira County. You guys, everyone in Nimba County cries. The district, I will claim that from one of the remote district in Nimba County, which is Tri River, electoral district number 4, which had nothing. We don't have a police station. We have really nothing, but we're trying to get those things done.
Is there no police station in Gapley?
I don't think so, Junior.
I think Gapley got a police station.
Maybe Lorena could help me. Lorena, do we? No, we don't. We only have police station in Gapley.
I'm not sure of Gapley. I'm not sure of Gapley, but I can ask. Let me call the Gapley ambassador Darlington to ask him.
No,
yeah,
it's like I live here like I live there. Not we didn't even have one, but check.
But you guys have a Maestria code, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, great.
We do. So everyone mostly from Nimba County, from the districts, we still crying for representation, for development.
So before you end, Sam, CEO, I think this should be our next target. Let's try to know all of the major big towns or the headquarters in the various districts, and let's establish how many officers are assigned to those districts, and let's know, because you can get these big towns, these big places, and then there are no officers. It's terrible. Somebody thinks sometimes, like what happened in Butu recently, before police could arrive there, people have carried on violence. So it's terrible that we're here tonight that entire district 4 do not have a police station. That's terrible.
Yeah, we have to verify.
Butu got police station.
Butu got police station back in the day, but I don't know about now.
It's very far from Butu.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, like I was saying, Junior, we are crying. We are crying for good development, and this is why I am I always cry for decentralization. Decentralization will help the Liberia. We will decentralize and extend those things to the local areas that we're crying for today. But if Liberia remains as a centralized government or system, everything is in Monrovia. So how do we benefit as a county or counties? Besides Monrovia, everything is centralized in Monrovia. So we need to decentralize for us to benefit as a country. Decentralization is a key. With all the small cities and towns will be able to benefit from their leaders, from the county, this city's mayor and city, county administrator will be able to at least the burden will ease a little bit if we decentralize.
Thank you.
So, Bobby, I say to them, come on board. Let's do business in Nimba County. Why it's true that I love my Grand people to my heart, doing business with them, going to their convention, paying huge amount of money. They're not going to come to even build clinic in Pabli. It's not going to happen.
How many clinics your Unico now build in Nimba?
Socio Unico, if you study Unico history from onset, Unico was not an organization that was more about development.
Okay, let me hold you there now. Let me hold you there. So I think it's disservice to lump the Pabli people, blame them because they are not coming to Unico convention, they are not partnering with you, to blame them because of the lack of development in the area. Here's my point.
So let me clarify, please.
Okay.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying they should come to Unico. I'm saying they should do business in Nimba County. That means that they should get involved into Nimba County politics.
But how do you know they are not? How do you know they are not? How do you know they're not involved with Nimba
politics? Because I know now that's my people. I know what we have done together and what we continue to do together.
So, but getting involved in Nimba politics in the U.S. here, how does that change the fact that the people they have terrible roles, they are struggling, they are disconnected? Here's the thing. Here's my point, right, Cyrus? We have to speak. You've been on the show. You've been advocating for, quote unquote, the down area. You've been saying that the development should go to the down area, and I've been correcting you or trying to tell you let's make it broader, make it countywide instead of specific region. The Pabli people are from Nimba, right?
Yes.
And they have been deserted for a very long time. Not only this regime, but prior one from Ellington to others. So the old man that stay in Bewale, the old lady that is in, Pabli district there, that has nothing to do with politics. The kids that are growing, the next generation that are struggling to come up, they don't have anything to do with Liberia politics or Nimba politics, or their parents not being involved with Nimba politics, so we can't go there with development. Our cry or our request is to the Nimba people, the Nimba leadership, the country as a whole, to look towards those people in the district there to be able to help when it comes to development, when it comes to roads, when it comes to schools, when it comes to healthcare, regardless of them going to Grand Jida side or not participating in our politics, they are part of us. I think we have to advocate for people that are there. Me, I'm not looking at the people that are in the US here. I'm not looking at the ones that are in Monrovia. I'm looking at the people that are there in the district that are struggling.
So I think we are saying the same thing in a different tone. Okay. All I'm saying here is Pabli people, they're not different from the people of Tri River. We are still crying. Everything is not there. But we were able to produce, how they call it, representative. So Pabli can produce representative. It's consistency. So if we sit down and say, oh, so we are not being represented, how can you be represented? You got to keep trying. It's not easy to get it. We still crying. Right now, on the road to Butro that we have is messed up. We're still crying, and we want because the road that passed Gapley to Butro, we didn't even get current on that side. We didn't get nothing, so we're still crying. We will keep crying. We'll be involved. We'll be engaging our leaders. We get engaged people. So that's how we get it. So what I'm saying is we can cry all as we can. It's not going to finish. It's not going to work until we get involved. But we can petition somebody in election time. Let them sing song and they will be able to be elected somebody.
But in the meantime, they have their lawmaker though. In the meantime, they have this state lawmaker that is representing or should be representing the entire.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's good. That's good. We're getting there. We're getting there, and beautifully with the way the machine coming, that road to probably the bridge and everything. I think it will be done. Things will be better. Things will improve. But it's just we just got to keep talking together as one people and one Nimba, one people. That's the ideology I carry. All the noise we're making, when we're making noise, things happen. So tonight, I want to urge my friends, brothers and sisters to join me. Let's make Nimba great. Let's get involved in Nimba, whether Nimba USA politics, whether Nimba Liberia politics. Let's get involved. Better days are coming, and we all will enjoy as a people of Nimba country.
Thank you. Better days are coming. We all will enjoy. It's been a wonderful conversation with all of you here tonight. My man Morris Yakake was watching us this evening. Morris, the guy from the CDC, American Preach, the CDC politics.
Don't forget about Amma Brooks.
Amma Brooks too was also watching us here tonight. They may also from the CDC. There are a lot of CDC are watching.
Amma Brooks also he didn't get joy. He will not get joy on the CDC. Joe, we are not coming to power.
No, me, Amma to come for you. So, see, it has been a wonderful conversation. In 2 minutes, give us your parting comment here tonight. After you, we go to Mana Lorena. Mana Lorena and Sam will take us home.
Great conversation as always. To my brother Sam there, the Bali people stuff. I think, if you compare that to the rest of Nimba County, it will be a disservice. When it comes to representation, in Nimba, leadership, Nimba County leadership, national leadership, they are way behind us. When you compare Babi District with District 4, I can tell you for sure that District 4 is one of the district that is progressing based on the lawmaker. He's doing extremely well. District 4, you can't compare that to. So I think they have been left behind, and we all should join forces to be able to advocate for the people from that district. They have been left behind, and it should be accounted for, and we should bring them to leadership and also development. Hopefully the yellow machine are coming. They will go over there and try to fix the roads and make some connections and stuff like not only roads but schools and hospitals and things. We can't be talking. We'll talk about Nimba people, we talk about Pabi, and I think that's wrong because they're part of us. To Obama, Lorena pieces, the Nimba representation when it comes to the job thing. As they saying like political rewards are not in heaven. I still believe that Nimba is underrepresented when it comes to allocation of jobs. It's centered around what they got them from the where they get district and District 1 predominantly. Those are the guys that are highly represented in this government. The people from other districts that provided more votes to Unity Party, they have been left behind. District 5, obviously, where we are from, our people have been left behind. And I think it's not going to be a good message come 2028 when all the excuses that we're giving, the VP was not able to do the one, the other person was not there, PYJ is no longer here, he's not going to be there. He's not going to be on the ballot in 2029 or 29. He's not going to be there to campaign. Nimba is not the same Nimba that we had 2023. It's going to be different. And I can tell you, says Lorena, from what I know, the people that I talk to from the district, from our area, I don't know about other people, but our people are not happy. And when they all sit, they talk about it on a daily basis, and they're frustrated. And the people from over there knowing them, I know how they operate. So it's not going to be it's not going to be an easy ride for them to go there that time and give that excuse. The VP and I will do this one, or PYJ will push their own people and this and that. So I think people need to wake up now and do something about it. I still believe that NEMA is underrepresented given what we provided when it comes to vote for this rescue government. But overall, I think it has been a great show. We missed this. My woman can call you Serena. She has this. Serena can still count the show. I said, yeah, Serena's been busy, so she hasn't been coming lately. But welcome back. Hopefully, I know your new job. I pray that it allows you to come on because our platform has grown. It's because of people like you and every one of us who went from 100 followers. Now we got 27,000 organic followers, and it's because of all of you. So I want to say thanks to our followers, thanks to you, thanks to all our panelists, the ones that are not here tonight. Shout out to everyone, and it has been a great show. We look forward to having more. We'll see you guys here again tomorrow.
Merci beaucoup, CEO. Madam Lorena, don't care. Let's hear you 2 minutes after you, Sam, take us home.
Yeah. So it was a good show. It was good that we were able to discuss the senator's interview. There was something the senator said today that we didn't measure. When he said the superintendent was proficient, but she was not efficient. So I was kind of confused because I think proficiency is more than efficiency. So when he said that, he said she proficient, but to I don't know, implement, I don't know, project or why is she not efficient because I know he said she was made.
Forget it. I want to do English.
Yeah, so I was kind of confused. Like, so I can say what am I talking about? What's something I thought? Asking the question.
But he expanded on it, right? He expanded on it a little.
Yeah, but even he expanded on it, but still
English. Let's move forward.
Yeah, but with proficiency efficiency because proficiency is more than efficiency. So if it is okay, competency, efficiency, then proficiency. So if you say she's proficient, but then you say she's not efficient, so I go kind of confused that okay, anyway, my son. Yeah, you know what's up. So I want to say that we are doing well as a platform, as a as a body, and one thing is everybody has their own way of looking at things, which is normal. And the issue of the yellow machine, I want to say, is a very, very good initiative. And besides it being opening corridor for the growth of the economy or economic growth, I think it also help us to improve the visibility of health facility, the accessibility of health facility. That's the point I want to look at because that is also linked with development. We talk about maternal mortality that is on the increase, and we know most of the time it causes from delay of the patient deciding whether she will seek care. And by the time they decide to seek care, how long does it take them to get to the facility? All those things. So I think if the machines are operated outside of politics, looking at the impact as a whole, I think it will help us to even meet our target of reduce maternal mortality, reduce neonatal death. That's what I want to say about that. And on the issue of the job, I hope my nephew is listening. We all know that you became senator last year by the time most appointments were done, but there are still positions in this government. Like, for example, the yellow machine thing, I think you can use it to even say to his brother, to say, give me the immediate slot, even for example, the coordinator for health and safety, that's a very big position because coordinator for health, for you'll be controlling the 15 counties and the 15 officers or the 19 officers. So that's also a big thing. If we cannot get a coordinator, you can get a deputy. That's also a big thing. But it just matter how we advocacy are done. But we can't be saying, please let me use some nerve at the same time. Say, so you give me a nerve, I will call you here. So I will have to find through our advocacy so that we can get all we want. And CEO, I'm not saying that NEMA is well positioned. I'm not saying that we are satisfied with the number of appointments and everything as compared to other countries. But what I'm saying is that we are in a position that how you call it it is that also the same still like, as vice president, we can only do much. We can only recommend, we can only push. I know this because I was affected. I know how many times the VP has called people and explain and say, oh yeah, let her come tomorrow. In my person, now they say, and I will go there, they will add it, they never receive call from him. And you will get when I tell you will get, you know, at one point I say, don't never call that one again. I will never go there. If I get job, better go to America. You know, so I know how hard he push, you know, but sometimes it's just frustrating that, you know, I know people can be afraid of us. Maybe they can be like afraid of us to say, oh, I know my brother Tatos was told by somebody, but one minister that you know, people recommending you to be the controller, but you know, they play a political era. So when I saw in political era, what Tato now in the pushes, making sure that we get a vote so that you can be minister, but now you can't be in political era. So if you really stay with the VP and see how the things are going on, you will reason with me. So it will just be good if the court can, you know, they can, you know, unite. I mean, unite four forces together, and then people who now be telling him the loophole, and he as a senator will be going. They will not say you are not senator for Nima. He is senator for Nima. Unlike they tell the people, oh, you're not be senator for enough people for Nima, but if Senator Koga and Senator Toya are doing it, nobody dare say that to them. But if we just take it like, or the other people approach to get it up, we shouldn't get a woman and are not getting anything. So the issue of Corina Kerr going to youth and sports, Corina already was deputy minister, so taking up on that because I mean, it was not like sitting and negotiation. I think she ready for the own way through. So again, Nima will win. Because why is Corina from? She's from Nima. Though she got her own connection and thing with Unity Party, but they say, oh, the first ever youth minister of sport was from Nima or is from Nima. I mean, also, we always set record. So we have set another record, another history in the country. So we shouldn't use it to divide ourselves. We should look at the disadvantage, use it, you know, to build on it to make it at our advantage. That's what I think. You know, always need to see that we use the disadvantage of obstacle be like or challenge that we cannot overcome. That's what I would say. I want to say thank you to the show. That something I wanted to have said, but I will not say because success is not here. So when he comes tomorrow, I will say it. And I go according to the show like that. And someone else call me, someone else send me messages. Don't mind that body. Just be able to go to school and pass through the school do this. So don't mind it. So you know, so if he comes on the show tomorrow, I would say to you so he can understand that it is not every job that is political.
Thank you.
I agree with
Sam,
you. Before Sam coming there, I agree with you. I think I even told him that on the show, and I was saying that, but that's not it. I can't come on the show and tell you say I got my job based on my experience, my interview, and this and that. It is not political appointment, and then you say no, it is without no evidence or no facts to back that. And I think that was wrong. I told him on the show, he tried to spin it, but when we get here, we don't want to talk behind him. I'll try to get him so he can come on the show for us to discuss it instead of us discussing the band. But I don't think it's a big deal. Don't you say you know what you got, you know what you're capable of. You say it, he said he wanted it. He said that's not the case. That's fine. He's also entitled to his opinion. But he's our pastor, our well respected panelist. I'm pretty sure he will come back on here and try to make the point. I don't think you should even go back there with him, but it's up to you. All right, Cyrus. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But this Cyrus reading, my bro.
Sorry, something that I really want to talk about. So, today, last night we were on the show, even though I'm close now. It was after the show, after the video that Junior played, I received almost full embarrassment call. I'm like, oh my God. Now I wanted to talk about it.
What kind of video?
Today. Huh?
What kind of video?
One of our journalists are going in the what district was that to interview, and the guy that was having a good time with the chicken.
No, not for us. We didn't report that. We didn't play that video. Did you play it, John?
Yeah.
We played that video yesterday, but it has already been established by the police that nothing as such happened. Now just speculation. So let's not dwell into it.
No. I mean, I just
Man,
okay.
for me, my man, for me, you know what I said, me that man want to go see the chicken, he took out his clothes so they can see the color of his clothes. So what? I know
So,
I'm not going to do that.
the only reason I mentioned
Yeah.
that is we had received almost 4 calls, and so that what's going on with your neighbor people? I was like, but I'll find out what's going on with it. So that's why I brought it out. I forgot to have talk about it earlier on. But yeah, it's good that at least police established that nothing like that happened. We are decent people. So Junior, again, see you, Lorena. Good to be here and good to see you guys. Always my pleasure. Today I was reading from Facebook, coming from a security side of the history of life. The Liberian National Police Deputy for Administration said that there's still a challenge. The amount of money they have received, the police is there's still a challenge in the police. There are a lot of things they need to do with money, and the money that they're receiving is not sufficient to enable them to do a whole lot. And then I think he mentioned about 23 point something millionaires, something for a personal thing, and blah, 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 blah. But yes, if that is the case, I think we need to improve our security sector, getting more money to do what it's supposed to do, to fight crimes. And Liberia is growing. As this population is growing, crime rate increasing every day. We are fighting drugs in the country. I don't know whether because Liberia is saying under UN restriction, small armed group or something, where we're supposed to bring some guns into the country for DEA, but it seems like DEA does not even have gun. How can you fight drugs? You don't have gun. Those things are something that we need to discuss if we really want to be serious to fight drugs in Liberia, crime in Liberia. You can't go to arrest people, drugs cases, then you go in there with no gun in your hand, nothing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the drug dealers in Liberia are not those folks who can really harm people, though. Maybe they're harmless drug dealers in Liberia, but I can see, I was looking at Mexico drug cartels where they have the more than even security. So they and the security can really fight gun battle. So maybe we had harmless drug dealers in Liberia, but I hope that the government is looking into it. We still have the embargo on us. We need to work on it so we can get those things taken out, so we can get more guns and bring guns into the country for our security. You can't fight crime with your 5 finger or your left finger or whatever can I use. No, it's not possible. Maybe it might be a cause that DEA not reaching to some community, your community in Liberia. I'm not saying it is, but it's my thinking. So yes, we need those things in Liberia. We really need armed to fight crimes in Liberia. We need a lot of things that we can do to improve our security sector. Liberian population is increasing every day. People coming from, remember now, we as immigrants in different countries, we go to Liberia with different ideology, different thing we are learned. Criminal behavior. Some people in the different country learn criminal behavior carrying to Liberia. We learn different things. Coming by home is we are going to Liberia with different ideas, different ways of life. Whatever, some different thing we are learning. Some people learn it from a good way, a bad way, but we need more protection for our security. Until then, those of you listening to me from the radio land in the Republic of Liberia, Niba County, the Republic of Green City, Gbebona, I want to say good evening to you, good morning. I will talk to you guys. You take care.
Thank you guys very much for being here tonight. It has been a wonderful, wonderful time having a conversation with you. To all of our followers, I want to say thank you for being there. Tomorrow we're going to be here for another exciting edition of the Heat Hour program. Have a pleasant good time.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.